What is the deal, YouTube? This is your boy Real Gamer 27, and we're back again with another podcast. And this is the Real Talk with the Real Gamer. That's going to be our official name from now on. So we got a lot of juicy topics to get down and dirty into tonight. We're going to talk about these fuck boys because the drama keeps on going. Drama. More than my baby mama. God damn. But anyway, we're going to talk about this. Of course, Nintendo. We got some Nintendo topics to talk about. The PS 4.5. I guess that's been confirmed. What else? Talk about Evolution Studios been got closed down, but I'm still trying to figure out why did Sony wanted to hire the people from Lionhead Studios, knowing that they was going to shut their own studios down, which I don't understand. It's kind of shady to me. But it was just a PR stunt. And another thing about things a PR stunt is Nintendo denying the reports about the Wii U is going to end productions this year. I still believe it. They did that just to save their ass, because if they would have confirmed that the Wii U was in production by the end of this year, it's going to hurt them in their wallet. So it was a PR move. I understand why they did that. So we got a lot of shit to get to. Oh man, I want to talk about these fucking fanboys. I fucking hate y'all motherfuckers. I hate y'all fanboys. I fucking hate y'all. Y'all scum. Y'all shit. Y'all ain't nothing to me. Y'all beneath me. Y'all fucking beneath me. But anyway, before we talk about these fuckboys, let's go on and get to our introductions. Go ahead, Alex.
What's going on, everyone? ActiveSyn here. Once again, happy to be part of the Real Gamers Real Talk podcast. Thanks for having me, Real. We're got a lot of stuff to talk about. Apparently, there's some fuckboys and some fanboys, Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. So tune in. We're about to have some fun.
All right, that's gonna go to Mr. Gamer Nick.
Hey, this is Nick from Gamertag Incorporated. Just want everybody to know that if you're not at a WrestleMania party on WrestleMania Day, you're a social reject.
I'm gonna be at a WrestleMania party.
All right.
I'm sure somebody got that joke.
I got it.
I don't watch it. Let's go to Jay.
What's up, everybody? Jay Dalton's here, as long as the power stays on.
All right, let's go with you, Mr. Zen Gamer.
What's going on, people? Zen here. Let's go.
All right. Let's do it. All right, let's go with you, Mr. Old Dirty.
Yo, what's up, people? This your boy Old Dirty. And my PlayStation VR headset's the same size as my AC in the window.
Oh, wow. Last not least, let's go with you, Mr. Retro, bro.
Real gaming, real talk, exposing fuckboys. Y'all know what time it is. Thank you for having me on the show again. Let's get it going.
Fuckboys, fanboys, fad boys. I fucking hate them. They're scum. Like I say, they're beneath me. They're idiots. They're fucking retarded. I can't stand them. Like, I mean, if they was on set on fire, I wouldn't fucking piss on them to let the fire out. I wouldn't even do it. That's because I fucking hate them that bad. I fucking hate them. But it's been a lot of dramas going on these past couple of weeks. Shots fired, with the reboot team. Shots fired at me. Of course, I don't know how many times people been making video responses about me. Zen Gamer, ever since he left Gamers at Large, got a lot of people been hating on him and shit. Of course, Nia, she's been getting some hatred too. And I told Nia that whenever she leaves, whenever she comes to Reboot Gaming, she was gonna get some hate. I knew it was gonna happen. It was just a matter of time. I didn't even know that this guy named Terrell. He does a lot of Nintendo and anime stuff, content, and I did a video a couple of days ago, about some of these idiots just won't leave us the fuck alone. Just let us do what we have to do. It's our opinions. Whatever we want to do on our channel, our podcast, it's a reboot team. We do what the fuck we want. So whoever don't agree with us, stay the fuck out of our business. You ain't gotta like it. Just fucking agree to fucking disagree. That's basically what's going on. We're having issues to agree to disagree. That's just something I don't understand. It's stupid. It's fucking retarded. Like I said, I made a video the other day, and I guess it must have rubbed off Mr. T. He must have thought that I was talking about him. I was not talking about. I just named a few individuals I named a few individuals, and I said that some of these cats that used to support my channel, they don't support it no more because I changed the culture of my channel. And he took it the wrong way. I still respect Mr. T. If he's in the chat, or if he's watching, or whoever tells him about it, I still respect him. You know, we go on a Google Hangout, we go live. Like, I don't have no issues against Mr. T. I said, it's some of your comrades I don't like, and it is what it is. You don't have to like it, but you have to respect it. If you don't respect it, then just shut the fuck up, leave it the fuck alone. That's all I gotta say. But you know, shots just continuously and get just getting fired within the reboot team. You know, like I say, Terrell made a video about me, Zen, and Nia. Was it last week? I didn't even know until like a couple of days ago because he tagged me. He tagged me in that video in which I know how to read people's tags thanks to Retro Bro for telling me how to do it. So if you be tagging your videos, of course, if you want to know how to see other people's tags, I ain't gonna fucking tell you. He ain't gonna tell you. It's a secret. But but anyway, yes. When I saw his video in my recommendations, whenever I got on my channel, I saw a video from Terrell. And I was like, I wonder what this is about. It was about this whole Street Fighter V, the hypocrisy and all that shit, and I saw him bringing up Zen Gamer, and I saw him bringing up Nia. I was like, okay, why is he talking about them? And I saw my name in the tags. It said Real Gamer 27. I said, he must be talking about me too. But he started talking about me like towards the middle and the end of the video, and I was like, really? So is he really this freaking pissed off at my opinions? He did a video about me a few months ago that he did not like. It was my opinion, but he was getting pissed off. He was at work doing the video about me. This dude was at fucking work. Isn't that fucking serious? You was at work doing a video about another grown man's opinion. Jesus Christ. Yeah. That's why I say I hate y'all fucking fanboys. Jesus Christ. You ain't gotta like what we say. You ain't gotta, even though if you don't respect it, just stay the fuck away from us. Stay the fuck away from Reboot. And there was another issue from with Zen Gamer. Zen Gamer, do you want to explain what happened?
Yeah. A couple of nights ago, had a death threat with images and information from my personal life. Long story short, that individual got into my Facebook account, realized that Zen Gamer and the guy you were seeing on that account were one and the same, took the information and saw fit to threaten me over my opinions. It was a long-held grudge, I guess, because in his apology letter, email that he sent to me later on after I pretty much blazed his ass on a live video. So he gave me the email, he apologized, he said he hasn't rocked with me the way he used to since all the way last year when I did my I Hate the Wii U video. It started then and it's only been harboring ever since. He says he flies off the handle, he has anger issues, blah blah blah, all the excuses in the world, but he did apologize. We squashed it, we settled it, and it's over. However, the fact is, it should have never happened. Because what it really comes down to is that people, for one reason or the next, maybe I'm just too good at what I do, absolutely hate it when I just speak my opinion. It is what it is. It's just my opinion. Let me pro tip. What changes when I tell you what I think? You got 3 seconds. Nothing changes when I tell you what I think.
That was
not what I think. Exactly. It's just what I think. It doesn't change. And if something does change, well, maybe I'm a little bit more influential than I thought. But these dudes do not like to see you stating an opinion that is opposing theirs, or more importantly, opposing the company that they settle on, that they love. Because that's when you cross that line. It's kind of like you're insulting a family member. It is that serious to you, apparently. So it is what it is on that. Do try to threaten me into silence, threaten me into changing my opinion so I can go back to the way I used to before. That's an actual quote. He stated that he saw it happen with Shokyo and he didn't want it to happen to me because he really likes my content, but he doesn't like my opinion from time to time. So that's pretty much how it is, yeah. I agreed, or at least I settled an agreement with him. I'm like, bro, I don't want to expose you in this community because this community is rough, right? I will if I have to, though. But I'm gonna give you a period of time to set this shit right. If you don't, I'm gonna let everyone know who you are, and that's gonna be all that I need to do. I won't need to do anything else because the sharks of this community are gonna take you down. Well, one or two things. They're either gonna cheer you on for taking down the big bad meanies end, or they're gonna take you down. One or two things are gonna happen. So I don't want to do that. You're a kid. You have a growing channel. Just apologize and move on, and I won't let anyone know what's going on here. Outside of that video, they'll know what happened, but they won't know it's you. So he succumbed to my request. He did what he needed to do. He was very, very, very eager to settle the issue. So it was a mistake, and that's that. However, as I warned him before, if it happens again, there will be no courtesy period. And I think he knows that now. So that's pretty much what happened, and it all resulted out of one, yes, and I'm going to say it, fanboy. One individual was, is, and probably will remain incapable of understanding that with different individuals comes different individual opinions on similar things that you may hold a different opinion or a different stance on. And that's really all it is. I don't go flying up a wall whenever someone says something that I don't like. I might say something like, man, this dude's a fucking idiot. And that's pretty much it. I might grumble and groan about it to myself. I don't go as far as some of these dudes think they need to. From making videos with shots in them to straight up threatening you to remain quiet. None of that stuff. None of that stuff. I might address it the way I am right now, like in a podcast. Hell, if you want to, I might even talk to you directly about it, and I tried doing that a few times. It doesn't work. So, it is what it is with these fanboys, man. They're like roaches. You step on one and like 5 take their place, and they're immortal too. There's nothing you can do to completely get rid of them.
You can't get rid of them.
See, Zen's a nice guy. He deserves an applause. I'd have been like Scar from Lion King and just let Mufasa drop straight into the stampede of wildebeest. I would have crushed that dude's soul. You were a lot nicer than I would have been.
Oh, yeah. I didn't want to do that to him because I know how this community can be. Hell, not to put you on spot or anything, Alex or Chris, both members of my group, when I told them about this, they're like, tell me who it is, let's go dislike his videos. I'm like, no, that's exactly what I don't want to happen. Because I
blame that dude.
Because then the flame wars are gonna start, and that's not gonna end it. He's just gonna get more
the
angry.
flame wars already started a long time ago. It's just getting worse, man.
Yeah. So instead, I'm not gonna try to put a fire out with gasoline. I'm gonna actually try to put the fire out. At least, if I try that and it works, okay. If it
fuck
work,
that kid.
And I know he's listening. He's quite possibly listening.
Hey, if you're listening, fuck you.
Damn, that's fucked up.
You fucking weirdo sending death threats because of Nintendo. You're a fucking loser.
That's what I'm talking about. This gaming community. I remember when Jimmy Kimmel, when he came out with that video making fun of the gaming community, he just exposed the gaming community for what they truly are.
Yeah.
A lot of them are some really.
That's why they got so offended by it.
Yeah. I don't know what to say, man. A lot of them really got some mental issues, seriously. But he got threats talking about, I hope you choke on a bone, whatever, you die, and they recover you, and you die again or something. I don't know. They said some stupid shit, choking your vomit or something. They said some off the wall shit at Jimmy Kimmel for basically him making fun of the gaming community. It wasn't the game. He was making fun of people watching other people playing games. There's nothing wrong with it. Like I don't really do it, to be honest. It just doesn't interest me. But I don't know. Will I take it to the extreme? Want to fucking take somebody's life or threaten somebody like that? No, I wouldn't do that. I'm a grown ass man. But then again, we got a lot of grown ass men, children in this community that really need to seek some help. To be honest, that's just what I'm saying here. And I think some of these fag boys. I don't want to say fag boy because I got a couple of gay subscribers. They like my content. And I'm not saying fag in a homophobic term. I apologize. I'm gonna just say fanboys or fuckboys. Okay, fuckboys. I'm gonna say fuckboys.
What's the sexual orientation of your subscribers?
I don't want to offend nobody because I've already offended a couple people.
Some fanboys.
Yeah, just. Damn, I'm about to say fagboys. Fuckboys. Okay, these fuckboys, man. Like I said with Mr. T a while ago, I respect him. I have no ill will towards him. Like, I don't know the guy. I don't know nobody here. Like, we never met in person before. Like, I don't see how my opinions could freaking just make your day just just go bad. Like, I don't understand. Like, when I told you Terrell did a video about me at work a few months ago, did a 20-minute video about my opinions. No, real gamer, you're wrong. You're
Yeah, you
wrong.
should've been
You
fired.
don't know what you're talking about. Oh my dude, chill out. It's my opinion. I'm not gonna go in your comments.
Real gamer, I'm using up my break to make this video because I fucking hate your opinions.
when it comes to that Terrell guy, I haven't watched the video, though you did give me the link. I don't think I can watch the video. It's hang on.
5 or 6 months ago he made that video.
It's like 20 minutes long. Yeah, March 11, 2016. It was published on. Yes, it's about 20 minutes long. I can't make it through 20 minutes of that bullshit. So I'm just gonna try to grab what I can grab from what Real Gamers was saying or what the comment section is saying. Apparently, he mentioned my name in the video. I didn't know about it until Real let me know about it. I guess it has something to do with Splatoon and Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, Splatoon, Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
He calling you a hypocrite for buying it. Calling you a hypocrite for buying it and basically shitting on Splatoon. That's what it is.
Okay.
What is it with Splatoon that makes these guys so mad?
Number one, idiot. I know you're probably not listening, but should word of this video makes it back to you. Number one, idiot. We knew what Splatoon would have and would not have before it came out. We did not know what Street Fighter would have and would not have before it came out. You can try to twist that as much as you can, but we had a direct specifically tuned to let you know what Splatoon would have and what it would not have. Reports from every major website telling us what it would have and what it would not have. What this means is you had enough information to make an educated purchase. My choice, my educated decision, was that it was not worth the day one $60. And I, once again, need to thank that subscriber of mine who gave me the code for Splatoon, because I did not buy that game. And to this day, I will hold to the opinion that the day one game is not worth it, because it wasn't. Versus Street Fighter 5, we did not know what was going to happen. So what we did was we assumed that because of Sony's involvement in the franchise and of how well that their system is currently going, and the fact that it's an exclusive, they would not want a turd like Street Fighter 5 turned out to be on their platform exclusively, as it would be a bad reflection upon them and what they're trying to do. So we thought, you know what? Even though Capcom is known for their mess-ups, known for their fuck-ups, this time they're going to get it right because they quite literally have no choice. Their money man, being Sony, will not allow another fuck-up. We were wrong on that. As a result, having no information, me and a couple other people that I know, including one other member of Reboot, 2 other members of Reboot, went ahead and bought that game at launch full price, and 2 of us at least have got it digitally. As you well know, that's a tattoo.
That shit's hilarious.
So we did not have the information of what Street Fighter 5 would be. So, my friend, to recap, idiot. The fact that you're this upset about this tells me quite a few things about you. 1, that you're a little bit too beholden to this whole YouTube thing. 2, that you're a fanboy. 3, that you refuse to let shit go. Because Splatoon was last year. Last year, May. Dude, we're 2 months away from being a year off from that Splatoon nonsense. He's still talking about that.
Man, that pussy is bleeding, man. It's bleeding.
Yep. Number 4, I want to make this the most poignant point. What we do with our money has nothing to do with you. If you want to go ahead and buy all of Nintendo's bullshit amiibos, you can go ahead and do that. If you go ahead and want to buy all of...
Can you repeat that again? What you say? Your money what?
We are not going to tell you what to do with your money. That's up to you. If you want to go ahead... Exactly. And buy Nintendo's bullshit amiibos, go ahead and do it. We're going to grumble in the corner about it because at the end of the day, you're kind of ruining Nintendo in a sense because you're supporting bullshit, and we're going to get more bullshit as a result of you supporting that bullshit. We're going to grumble about that.
Dick, amiibo are awesome.
We're definitely going to grumble about that. You can't stop us there. But we are not going to grumble to you personally where you want to spend your money. You want to waste the money? Be a colossal idiot in the process? Go ahead. That's not our problem. Our problem is we're trying to preserve our image of Nintendo, which in our opinion, that's that golden word again, is better without all this bullshit. But
Yeah,
anyway.
fuck that. I love amiibo.
Yeah.
Hey, if you love amiibo, that's your opinion. I respect everybody's opinion. Just don't come to me with that
Same
bullshit.
shit, like, you guys don't like amiibo, I don't give a fuck. I like amiibo.
I never said anything about anybody liking amiibo. It's how Nintendo did with this amiibos. You know, locking content behind it. I didn't like that.
Hell, if you want to go ahead, and purchase day one Nintendo's half-baked games when your ass knows as well as my ass does that Nintendo used to equal quality. Like that was the equation. Nintendo equal sign quality, and that's no longer the case because they're putting out half-baked games. So if you want to go in and support those with your money, be my guest. But you are not going to stop us
You don't want a
grumbling
Nintendo
about
people
it.
times.
Exactly. You're
Well,
not.
I thought a long time ago, if they really want me to buy these games day one, you know, I give them my PO box number. They could send me the game, or I give them my PayPal information. They could send me the money. I don't know what's up with these people, man.
Yeah.
They just it's stupid.
Quick question for you guys. Like, I don't agree with this practice either, obviously, because, you know, we put million games back in the day. But a lot of the market, as far as gaming has gone, seems to gravitate towards having things that way. So I feel like in Nintendo's defense, it's something they definitely had to do. But how do you think we as a consumer can mitigate that? Especially since, you know, the younger generation, that's really what they want. They want things to be quick. They want to be able to get all this stuff by just paying for it and not spending time unlocking it or really putting work into the games. So how would we actually mitigate that since, you know, those are the times and Nintendo being a business is doing what they need to do to make money?
It's a really good question. It's a really good question. And there are a few answers to it, but that's a whole different topic. Yeah.
Go ahead. You going?
No. I just say there's a few answers.
I guess before we close out on this subject, man, these fuck boys, man, but this active active game life, active game life. This guy right here, I don't like him. I used to support his channel, but you know he blocked. I said this in my video a few days ago. You know, I support the guy, but whenever I started having a different opinion about Nintendo, I just gave my true opinions on how I feel. In his comment section, he blocked me for no reason. He didn't comment, he just blocked me from his Google Plus. But like I say, what really pissed me off is that we have a fellow member in our a Reboot community, Nia the Video Game Her. You know, she was a moderator for Active Game Life Google Plus, the community, and he got rid of her, banned her because she did not agree with Nintendo's business practice with no voice chat. Grown ass motherfucking man get pissed over a grown woman's opinion. So who's the grown up here? Like this actually like it's high school shit. This shit I expect in elementary shit. I expect this shit in elementary. Like this grown ass motherfucking man banning people because of somebody else's opinions. Ain't like she trolled him. Ain't like she cussed him out. Nia is a respectable young lady. Very nice. Very nice. And she got treated this way. That's why Reboot welcomed her with open arms. Cool cat. Love her channel. And subscribe to her channel. I'm going to have her channel in the link of the description below whenever this podcast is done. Y'all have to support. Support everybody. Support all the Reboot team members. You know, we spit that real gaming talk, man. That's basically what we spit that real gaming talk, man. I'm just sick and tired of these fuck boys keep fucking with us. That's basically that's all I want them to do. Just leave us alone.
Hey,
it's our opinions. What's up?
Let me hit your haters right quick, man.
Oh yeah. But anyway, man. Anybody else got something before we actually talk about some gaming topics?
Yeah, I do.
One thing, but go ahead first, G. Douglas.
For y'all haters out there, this is for I guess the Reboot Squad haters out there. Hey, Ryan, you there right quick?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey man, catch me if I go too deep, bro.
Gotcha.
Yo, for the Reboot haters out there, man, y'all need to chill out, okay? Because all these threats and stalking, and I'm gonna just be real with you. If you're not really about that life, you just need to chill out. Because if you get the karma and your ass end up somewhere where you don't want to be at, you know, you're just gonna have to eat them consequences. And that's just real. You guys going on people videos, watching what they got going on, seeking some kind of authority over their own actions and what they do in life. You can't hold a camera to that. You can't control what another person chooses to do. You can only control what you choose to do. Now, I'm just keep it real. I ain't scared of nothing because I done been around niggas. If you about that life, you about that life. If you not, then, you know, I can eat that talk all day. You know, for Logic, man, them threats that you got, man, if they gonna be about it, be about it. Just give it to me 100. Don't give it to me 50. I want it 100%. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want to risk it all for one scene, Give it to me. I'm gonna help you get there. I'm gonna help you fuck your life up. And that is exactly how the reboot haters out there should be feeling. If you want to risk it all for this one squad, give it to them 100%. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be about it with your fingertips, be about it with your whole body. That's all I got to say.
Damn.
Good, well said, man. I couldn't say it any better. My final words to these haters out here is, if you really want to stop us, I'm just letting you know you can't. You can't stop us. You will never stop us. It'll never happen. The only thing that's going to happen is that we're going to get more and more and more relevant or more and more prominent in your gaming verse here on YouTube. It's going to annoy you more and more and more. You want to know the fix of the issue? Just turn the other way. Go away. Ignore us if you can, but I don't think you can. You're incapable of doing so. You would have done it already. So if you're trying to stop us now, know that you can't. It's impossible.
They just can't help it, man. They can't help it. They swearing up and down that some of our videos is not drama, but we know, you know, Coupon, Alex, G-Rock, everybody in the reboot team knows who they talking about. They making these subliminal messages in their videos. We know who they talking about. They talking about us with this whole entire, well, these Nintendo fans, they used to be Nintendo fans, but they done switched over to the Xbox, you know, all this bullshit. Like, we know who they talking about.
You know, like I said, it was a few weeks ago. I was discussing something else. Might have been Fanboys too. I'm not even sure what it was, but I find it funny that all of these younger dudes, you know, talking about Nintendo fans and talking about me, for example, flipping the Switch and going elsewhere. Bro, I'm just leaving it with you like this, bro, or whoever you are. I've been playing Nintendo since you weren't even a thought in your daddy's head. You weren't born yet. You weren't born yet. You're young compared to me. It's like I was there day one of System 1. So I have more authority, more seniority, more tenure in the Nintendo fandom than you do. So forgive me if it's wrong of me to say, but you can't fucking touch this, son. You came late. You're a Johnny lately. You can't really pull my card talking about this bullshit. It is up to me to decide whether or not Nintendo as a company as a whole or whatever they're providing suits me. I believe I've been here long enough to know what I expect from them. So, you know, I've been here on YouTube like 3.5 years now. If you've been watching me this entire time, then you should know what to expect from me. I'm not saying that this has always been the case. I definitely changed the culture, as Real Gamer would say it, on my channel. But that's because I kind of saw that what I was doing really wasn't worth it in the long run. If you guys, you know who you are, and I'm not calling any names, if you feel somehow about this, then it must be that you think I'm talking about you, in which case, I can't help that. But anyway, if you guys want to go after the popularity contest on YouTube, you want to be, you know, Mrs. Glamour #1, you want everybody to love you because you're talking about what they love, you don't want to talk about what you think and about what you feel about certain things, you want to lie to the people just so you can get them on your side, be my guest. Just know that I won't be there supporting your ass because I've cut my subscription list in half because of that bullshit. So, be my guest, man. You want to win the popularity contest? Be my guest. If you don't want to be you, as YouTube, the name of the freaking website suggests you should be you, then okay. Be my guest. Just leave me alone. Yeah.
This is what we broadcast ourselves. Ain't that the YouTube slogan? We broadcast ourselves, our opinions, or we broadcast somebody else's opinions, or they broadcast our opinions. Like, what the fuck? I don't understand this shit. I really don't. Y'all help me out. I don't understand. Like, I'm supposed to think this person's thoughts. They think my thoughts. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck, dude? This is getting out of hand, man. This is getting out of hand. The Nintendo community is split in half. Ever since that garbage, shitty, motherfucking ass E3 we got last year, and I cannot believe a lot of these jackasses damage control that. Oh man, it was better than Microsoft and Sony. Motherfucker,
simple,
slap
man.
your motherfucking
It's
self.
simple.
Slap yourself. If you said that, slap your motherfucking self. I'm talking to you, motherfucker. Slap your motherfucking self. God damn.
Real simple, man. Because of that E3, the Nintendo community split in half, you could say, right? Some of these fissures have been fixed, but half of us woke up and the other half went back to sleep in the Matrix. That's really all it is. And we can't agree anymore about certain things.
You know what it is? Money got involved. ever since money got involved in YouTube, there's people that's willing to mend and mold their ethics and what they really believe and alter it and able to get that money. They'll stand by certain things that anybody would see questionable because they see that there's a possibility of money here. Now, in my opinion, personally, it's stupid because YouTube pays absolute crap, but there's still people that believe that it's a decent investment. I mean, for all you out there that's actually listening to this podcast, let's think about it objectively for a second. BuzzFeed is a fairly large channel. How large are they? Almost in the millions, right? And a lot of them still work as waitresses and at Wendy's and McDonald's and crap like that, even with that many views. So if they're that large and they have to still work those jobs, what are you going to do to really make that much money doing it? Just food for thought.
Yep, exactly. I'm like, when it comes down to it, you know what the most baffling part about this is all just video games, man. So we go death threats and beef videos and months-long, almost year-long grudges because of a man's opinion. When it comes down to it, this is just video games, man. You know what the scary thing is? Video games, they always say video games. Everybody says it. We say it, they say it. It's not all that serious. It shouldn't be thought of as all that serious. It's irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. Get a life, blah, 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 blah. I'm scared of you people. Yeah, you people who take this shit so seriously that you do all this shit, from the subliminal messages to the B videos to the grudges to the threats. I'm scared of you because if that's what you're gonna do for video games, I don't want to see what you're gonna do for real life shit. I really don't.
And the sad thing is, they're really about this life. Now, I'm not gonna call out this YouTuber, but he was talking about Toonami and how they gave up on the new generation of millennials. So they're going for the older crowd by showing like classic shows and stuff we grew up on. They get us back in. And somebody that's like a fan of this person commented like, hey, what Toonami should really do is delete their TV show listing and just do all YouTube, which is the most retarded thing I ever heard. First of all, YouTube doesn't pay that much as far as advertisements go. Second of all, TV is not on the same level as YouTube. We're in the hundred thousands of dollars when it comes to making ads for television. Hundreds of thousands of dollars where you're being paid what? 2 cents per view on YouTube for advertisement? And this dude was dead serious. He wasn't trolling. He really thought this was like a decent tentative plan.
Wow. Man, so I don't know what else to say about these people. Just leave us alone. That's all you need to do. Just leave us the hell alone. You go about living your life. Be that, you know, whatever it is, asleep or awake or loving Nintendo or hating Nintendo, that's up to you. But when we grown and moan about something, the one thing we want you to take away, whether you go away, whether you stay here, is that it's what we really think. We don't lie for YouTube. And if you do, go ahead, bro. It's all you.
Yeah, that's true, man. You know, this podcast ain't you know, mainly supposed to be a drama podcast. It ain't really no drama podcast. We just calling out the bullshit. We just basically telling, if you don't like us, leave us the fuck alone. Stop with these response videos. Stop with these subliminal messages. Stop with what is that video? Xbox peroxide, whatever that shit, whatever. I knew he was throwing shots at us, and it was another video he did in which he did not brought up. But it's been multiple times, not just in their videos, in their podcasts, because some of my subs telling me who such and such said about me, then Alex or Coupon, whoever. You know, this shit is a non-stop factor, man. It's every day. That's why it had me to go, you know, outside my comfort zone and did that video the other day in which rubbed some people off the wrong way. Do I give a fuck? Fuck no, I don't give a fuck. Fuck y'all motherfuckers, man. Jesus Christ. But I'm done. Anybody else got something to add on this before we talk about some gaming?
No, that's pretty much it.
Nobody really hates
all right. That was good. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for that. All right, let's go and get to some gaming topics, y'all. Get that drama shit out the way. Like I say, leave us alone. Leave us alone. Just shoot the fuck out. Just get the fuck out. Let's talk about some gaming news. Y'all want to start with Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony? Which one?
Nintendo.
Don't matter.
Nintendo. Okay, I will talk about the controller, but it's been reported that it is a fake from the person that actually made it. He says it's fake, but I'm gonna talk about Nintendo 9. The fact that the Wii U is going to stop being was it Nikkei? They reported the other day that Nintendo's supposed to stop manufacturing these consoles by the end of 2016, but Nintendo they hurried up and denied those rumors and everything. This is coming from a big name a newspaper, people out there in Japan. So I think the rumors are true. I really think so. And Nintendo they came out and did their PR stunt, and it doesn't make sense for them to keep making these consoles, knowing that nobody ain't buying them. It doesn't make sense. They need to just leave it alone. Just move on with the NX. Just give the Wii U the old yeller treatment. Just blow his brains out and just sweep it under the rug and pretend that it never came out. But like I say, I personally think that the rumors are true. Nintendo they basically trying to save them some money, because if they basically will come out and confirm that this system is going to stop, being in production by the end of this year, they're going, it's the word. It's going to get back to a lot of consumers, and the consumers they don't want to pay for. It's still $300, in which I still don't understand. The system still got $300, but yet the NX is apparently coming out this year. So yes, they did the right thing coming out and denying it, even though I think the rumors were true. Alex, what do you think about it?
I think it's true as well. Like, they have to say this, because if they come out and say, yeah, we are stopping production of the Wii U, they're effectively saying, don't buy this console, just wait for the NX, and then they're stuck with like a bunch of Wii U's in stores that they can't get rid of. So like they're kind of stuck in a bind where they have to say this. They're forced. Like at this point, they probably don't even need to make Wii U's, because there's so many left that people just haven't bought yet. So what's the point of making more when your new console's just around the corner? So I think it's true that they're going to stop within this year.
Okay, is that all you got on that topic?
Yeah, I guess. Like, what else is there to say? Like, they're essentially protecting their image, because it'd look really bad if they just come out and say, yeah, we're done with the Wii U.
Yeah, because what they average like 30,000 consoles sold a week. If they confirmed it, then basically that 30,000 could turn to maybe 5,000 to 10,000. That's basically what
exactly. Yeah, they don't want to lose out on those sales, because they got to deplete that inventory.
Yep, that is true. What about you, Gamer? What you think?
True or not, what confused me is how did this news relate to the fact that, how did this confirm that NX is coming out in 2016? That's the part where I got confused, because they're like, oh, it means it's coming out this year because they're ending production. I'm like, how does that prove that it is or it isn't? Like, that's the part where I got confused. And this reminded me of something. Because so many people are just like, any little thing they hear, they automatically get excited and be like, oh, NX coming soon, NX coming soon. And this reminded me of something. This reminded me of, I've come across it a couple of times. There's like this news guy or whatever. He's like, if you find one of those hardcore Christian channels, something like that, where him and his wife are sitting there, they talk about the news, and then they relate to how the news today is leading towards the end of the world. And what kind of creeped me out about that is this guy is like super excited about the fucking apocalypse. I mean, he's sitting there going, oh, it means this, oh, the world's going to end, we're all going to die and go to heaven, oh, it's so exciting. I'm like, what the fuck? That's basically what this reminded me of, is like, oh, the death of Wii U means the NX will come out immediately. I'm like, how? I mean, the Wii basically died in 2011, and we still had to wait a year for this thing. I mean,
but the difference is the Wii was a massive success for them, so they didn't have to rush.
Exactly. And
even
just to intervene here too.
Even so, remember, I don't see the connection. I just don't.
So when you have a product that's commercially failed so badly, when people hear rumors that it's going to stop, that leads them to believe that the new one is around the corner.
Exactly, and then here's the other pieces of the puzzle that you're also forgetting. You're forgetting that developers not only have been getting kits, but there's a few developers that have confirmed that 2016-2017 is when they plan to release their games. Some of them the earliest of May. Now, not sure if you watch The Know, because they're usually a reliable source because they're all professional journalists who have the job from college, but you'll find that there are a lot of developers indeed who not just have the kits, but have games scheduled within the months around those time frames. So when you put all that together with the possibility of them dropping production of the Wii U, it makes sense that people would think that.
I think people are so desperate for this thing to come out already that they're
I'll tell you why.
their common
They don't
sense.
have no games to play. That's why they're so desperate. Like besides Pokémon Tournament, Zelda came out. What else is left for the Wii U? Zelda U, which
Star
is
Fox, Zelda, and
Yeah,
some-
but also think about this. This level of excitement that people are having right now is the same level of excitement they had for the Wii U. And look how that turned out.
that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be excited for the NX. That's ridiculous.
No, I'm not excited for the NX because I don't know what the fuck it is yet.
Well,
Tell
you
me what
also
it is.
have to,
Why would you not be excited? Like, why would you be the reverse of excited? Either
You
way,
also
you
have
don't
to-
want to.
told me
with no game for the Wii
nobody.
U.
They have not told me thing one of what the hell this thing is. Everybody, and I said this before, like nobody knows what this is.
It doesn't matter if they haven't told you. It's
just
new
a
Nintendo
wish
hardware.
list.
Why would you not be excited?
It's a whole console.
And then you also have to remember that the Wii, as much as we all hate it, because I despise the Wii. Like, I wish the
Yeah,
Wii
I don't like it
existed,
either.
But the Wii is still considered a commercial success.
Of course
and
it
you
was.
gotta remember that in this community, when people hear large numbers and people giving the seal of approval, they gravitate to that. So to them, after hearing the Wii was a success, of course they were excited for the Wii U. Keep in mind, these are the same people that had Wii U's that barely played them, but after hearing it was a commercial success, they omitted the opinion of not liking it that much just because people told them you should like it because it's popular. So let's keep that in mind too. And when everyone put that into account, they were extra excited for the Wii U.
That's just not changing my mind though. I want them to tell me why I should be excited about this thing other than it's the NX. Like
They
don't know what it is.
What reason? I don't understand what reason you have for not being excited. But I don't understand.
They don't need to tell me anything more than it's not the Wii.
Because
That's
the
a
Wii
pretty
U
good
left
step.
a bad taste in so many people's mouths that like I think they're just going to be very disappointed when this thing is announced. It could be great,
Yeah, I mean, it
but
could be
it's
great.
not
It
going
could
to
be bad.
live up to any
Yeah.
expectation that people
I
put
know
on
that.
themselves,
I know
and they're
that.
going to be pissed.
Everyone
I know
knows that though.
Everyone knows that, but here's the thing, though. For me, I just want the narrative to be moved forward, right? Honestly, if it's sped up the process of the NX coming out, I would fully allow the complete eradication, burning to the ground of the stock of the Wii U, if that meant the NX came out faster, because that's where I'm at right now.
It's like the best way. It's like the
tempting.
best way I can explain it. Let's say a book novel is a large series. The first book was amazing. The second book was crap. You know that the first book was so good that even though the second book was bad, you just want to pretend it didn't exist and have faith that the third book will be as good as the first.
Yeah, but
this
but
is the
why
scenario
haven't
they're in.
we learned our lesson about things like this? Because we've seen rushed consoles, PS4 and Xbox One, and they weren't as up to par as they claimed they would be. I mean, they still struggle to do like 1080p, 60 frames per second, and stuff like that. We were promised this with our PS4 and Xbox One, and it's barely happening. And now we're wanting another system to be rushed out to end up disappointing us yet again.
So basically, what you
just
said,
think they need to take time on this. And, it's Nintendo's money at the end of the day, not ours. If they lose money because they don't have a console until 2017, who is that really hurting? Them, not us.
Well, it still hurts us. We don't have any.
I got a question for you, Nick.
What are you talking
Do
about?
you want the NX to come out this year or next year? What's your opinion about it?
I think it'd be better if it came out in 2017.
Okay, then 2016. Then, so for the next full year, then what are you gonna have to play then?
Huh?
What you gonna have to play for the
I
next
got a
full
fucking
year?
Xbox, a PS4, and a NXT.
But that's hurting the fan base. The fan base is already hurting right now.
The
That's
fan base is
why-
hurt because they want to be hurt. I mean, you can find other things to do.
Mhm.
And
I understand what you're saying, but you have to remember from a business standpoint, the importance is that your brand feels the void.
See, like,
So just like you said, someone has
As
something.
an example.
How is is their business hurting me financially? No, it's not. If anything, I'm saving money.
It's not
because of
about
the
you. It's
Visa.
about the mass market.
Hold on, I'm trying to
Why- I
answer.
just don't understand why you would want another Wii situation, because the last year of the Wii was the driest year possible. We were just sitting there twiddling
I
thumbs
don't want another
waiting for
Wii
the new
situation.
console.
I don't want another Wii situation.
and
but
that-
if
and
they
that's-
rush
and
the
that's-
console, we're gonna get another Wii situation. That's what I'm saying.
See, that's where I agree. I agree that I would prefer 2017, but this is going so bad with the Wii U that they have no choice.
As long as they had a consistent stream of games to lead into 2017, nobody would care. But it doesn't look like that.
You know what? You know
At
what?
the same
I don't
time,
think it's gonna happen because, like everybody else, right now my faith in Nintendo is on fucking life support, and I'm just having bad feelings about a system I know nothing about.
Okay, if your favor's on life support, then why do you want them to continuously and lose money by bringing the system out next year, knowing that ain't nobody gonna buy the Wii U?
I don't fucking care if they lose money. It's not my money. I don't have stock.
I don't care about their fucking money. I just care about
It's
them
like
giving me something
people
to
are
do.
doing this.
I just want to play
Talk about
Nintendo
business.
games. That's what I want,
When
man.
You're not even in the business. Okay,
see,
I
I'm
can
not
understand.
concerned
earlier.
about them making money.
Okay,
I don't give a fucking
Uh,
shit if they make
well,
money. All I'm
well,
concerned about
I'm
is
gonna
if
be
they're
the
giving you
I
enough
can
content.
understand.
I'm gonna
I
be
can
the oddball
understand
here.
if you want games. That's fine. That's fine. If you want games, that's fine. But to sit here and complain about how it's hurting their business
I
when
don't
that
give a
doesn't
fuck
really
about their
affect you at
business.
all.
I don't
Nintendo
want
doesn't have
them.
enough
I'm
money
gonna
to
be
do
oddball here. I believe, like with me, I care that they're losing money because I understand from a business standpoint that look, you have to look at it this way. Yeah, we want what we want as far as the game and the product, but if they can't financially stay stable, we're not going to get that anyway. So both parties have to be happy. They have to make enough money to be able to continue production to get what we want. So the way I see it,
You know what?
they have to be able to get that as well.
Yeah, but as far as the money goes, you have no
I'll answer your
control over
question.
that, so I wouldn't even give a shit about it.
I'll answer your question, Gamertag.
But you have to care if you want them to last. I mean, I can think of plenty of
That's
companies
Kim
right now
Mishima's
that have
job.
life
My
All
job is
right,
to play their
let's
fucking
go
video
one at a
games.
time. Let's go one at a time. Let's go with you, Zen. Then we go with Jay Donis next.
Right. To answer your direct question, dude, honestly, I just want the pain to end. You said earlier on, joking or not, that you wanted this NX controller now proven to be fake to be real, just so you can see the community bleed, right? You're an
I wanted to see it. I wanted to see them
Yeah.
break down and fucking cry.
Yeah, and I respect that. And I respect that because that means automatic entertainment, right? For you, for me, for other people. I respect that. But from my point of view with the Wii U and the NX thing, I just want the pain to end. Because the community, the fan base in general, whether they admit it or they don't, they are in pain. They're in desperate need of a painkiller. I've seen this before. Hold on.
That's the part I don't understand.
Hold on. I've seen this before with the Sega fan base when the Dreamcast was dying off. None of them wanted to believe it, right? They were in this sort of weird kind of ethereal way of mind where they didn't want to believe what was happening. I've seen it last generation with the PS3 crowd early on when they didn't want to believe that Sony had actually fucked up and let them down. They just wanted to move on. They wanted things to get better. And now we're seeing it with the Wii U, where we have everybody in this turtle shell mode, this super hyper defensive mode.
Let me
Yeah.
use the restroom.
Yeah, this super hyper defensive mode, and they just, at the end of the day, whether you admit it or you don't, everybody knows that the Wii U, in one aspect or the other, did not completely meet their expectations that they had previously. I get your concerns, though, about the rushing of the console and how it could lead to a repeat of what we had this generation, but at the end of the day, everybody just wants that morphine. The NX represents hypothetical morphine. They want to drug up and then go to sleep. That's all they want because they're in pain right now for one reason or the next. This is the reason for the madness going on in this community where Nintendo guys are concerned. This is the reason because they're being made fun of.
Okay.
They're the laughing stock of the entire industry. Nintendo is. And by default, the fans and the fanboys are as well. So as a fanboy, what do? You try to defend the bullshit. As a fan, what do? You try to move on. And the one fix to all of it is NX. It represents morphine. We want to drug up and then go to La La Land. We don't want to live here anymore. We just want to push the narrative and move forward and forget that any of this ever happened. That's why the NX coming out this year is important.
See, and here's the way you have to look at it theoretically. Okay, look at it from this point. If the Wii U didn't do too well, a lot of the money they need for the funding to even do the NX, where do you think it's coming from? I'll answer that question. It's coming from, yes, the Amiibo, but the second source, which is the largest source, is the 3DS, because those are the two most successful things that's making the most money. So they're rushing the NX out, hoping to make more of the money back they need, and they're using the funding from the Amiibo and the 3DS to get it. So unfortunately, they're really against the ropes. Like, is this a decision they really want to make? No, but their hands are forced, and they're using funding from what would be considered smaller things to crowdfund from to do so. Because, I mean, the 3DS is doing the best and it's making a lot of money, but you also got to remember, as far as gamers go, a lot of people don't really see mobile gaming to be like the big thing, even though they're making money from the 3DS. It's almost like cell phones. Cell phones make a lot of money now, but do you really respect the amount of money it's making right now? So it's the same thing. A lot of hardcore gamers don't see cell phones or 3DS to be like the big funding. They want the main event to be the console. So it being the most successful right now isn't the amount of money they still need properly for funding. So it's like they're on life support. They have this one successor that's doing okay, but it's still not the amount of money they need. So they're using this for the funding, and they have to rush this out now, hoping that even without everything being completely polished the way we know it should be, that's enough to be like, okay, we can make our money back and do better later season with the NX.
One more thing, though, and to kind of ride on the back of the whole morphine thing that I was talking about, the NX represents one of two things, actually. Morphine, drugged up, the perfect dream world where everything just works, and we can get out of this nightmare that we're currently stuck in for one reason or the next. Or it represents the, theoretical bullet to the head. We can just pull the trigger and just be done with it. Dead. No more pain. That's where people are. Either NX renews my faith in Nintendo, or it doesn't, and I'm gone. Either way, I'm no longer in pain. So that's where it is right now. People just want to move on from here. They don't want to be here. They want to be there.
I want to say it for the record. I do hope NX is successful. I do. I'm not saying I hope it shouldn't. I'm not saying it shouldn't be. I hope it does. I hope they do everything they need to do. Listen to us. Listen to the fans. When they ask us what we want and we tell them and they do it, that's what I want. I'm just saying I think.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, after the first full year,
I'm just afraid that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I know, and I get your concerns, dude. Trust me. I'm on teeters right now too. I get what you're saying.
I'm going to go ahead and predict year one is going to be very painful. It's not going to be what people want. It's not going to be the hype they like. It's going to hurt really bad. But if they do everything properly, year two can be pretty good.
Man, forget that.
They can't even survive a bad launch of this thing.
No. Forget that.
It's going to happen, though. Like, realistically, we have to be prepared for that.
As a Sony guy as well, because I have a PS4. I like Sony. Didn't like what they did with PS3, but PS1 and 2 are awesome. PS4 is better than 3 in my opinion. But that system
I can't
lasted
believe that for a second, but okay.
No, I like PS3 better than PS4.
I think that the 3 is far better than the 4.
Yeah, 4 is
That's
just...
the way I see it. 3 is better than the 4. Way better.
Opinions.
You have more exclusives. You're not paying for a monthly fee.
Exactly.
All PS4 has is better graphics. That's it. I have it.
He probably mentioned the reason why he liked PS4 better than the PS3 because remember the Xbox 360 got the better ports than the PS3. That's probably why he's saying better game. That's probably what you said.
The first 3 years of the PS3 was a wash. I mean, it was a shit show.
Anyway, I just want to say, I just want to say one more thing before we move on to somebody else. It's just like I understand what you're saying about the whole morphine thing. So I'm just going to add, look, everybody out there listening, if your emotional stability is based on the success of a console, yeah, dude, I'm sorry. Get over it.
The sad thing is, a lot of people are. None of us in this podcast have that problem.
Over
it. A lot of people do.
It's been officially.
Okay, I'll be right back.
The NX was basically announced. So
and
we don't know how to work on this console because after the first full year that's been out, it's been a disaster. So You never know. Nintendo probably been doing this, having this secretive maybe a couple of years, 2 or 3 years. We don't know. But like y'all said a while ago, the Wii was dropped the last 2 years because they already made their money. They made a lot of money.
Yeah,
And
they didn't
afford
need
do
to
this
hustle.
thing.
You know
They
what
can't
supports
afford
that?
to do it again.
You know what supports that pain thing analogy that I made too? Because when you're in pain, everybody can answer at once or whatever. When you're in pain, and somebody asks you a question, they ask you to do something, are you not more irritated than you would normally be if you were not in pain? You just
Absolutely.
I just don't understand why
I
people
mean,
don't
your
want
response is essentially get the fuck away from me. Don't ask me anything, right?
But with
You-
Nintendo, there's only like two, 3 more games that's left on the Wii U that we know about. And if the NX comes out next year, it's going to more likely come out during the holidays. So telling me you want the Wii U to be dropped for another full year, that's not good business. It's not good business. You're going to run out of business doing that. Why even continuously and keep a product on the market while it's failing for years? That's not smart.
So that's
Exactly.
why.
The reason why Sega did it so
Perfect
fast because they
example.
was. Mm-hmm.
Perfect example, not trying to be a fat boy here, but when it comes to fast food and this situation, they would get rid of it immediately. Think about the riblet and stuff like that. Like, it's seasonal and it goes away quick for the same exact reasons that we're having with this gaming product. Like, it's the exact same scenario.
Yep. So I mean, like I said, and I keep saying it. I saw it last generation, man. With the PS3 fans during that first 3 or 4 years, there was nothing you could say to a hardcore Sony fan that didn't result somehow in an insult. And the reason for that is they were hypersensitive because they knew, whether they admitted it or not, that their console was shit. And all that led to...
It's the best time for Nintendo to bring up the NX because the hype. There's a lot of hype going on around the NX. A whole bunch of rumors, a whole bunch of news. Everybody's talking about it. Nintendo
Which is what
still
they
got
want. They
money.
want people talking about it.
Here's what I think.
Nintendo made a whole bunch of profits from the 3DS Amiibo. They got a lot of money. Shitload of money that they got put in the bank. I don't know how many times I got to hear this. They got $10 million put in the bank. Okay. It shows that $10 million and help this damn NX.
Yo, here's what I think. I think summer is the optimum time, and I'll explain why. One, Nintendo obviously has to rough out this system, and we all agree, right? Two, let's be honest. The way that gaming seasons work, games are always dry in the summer. You buy games that are already out and they're on sale because they're old, but everyone seems to make big games and like blockbuster AAA titles around the school year when everyone's already going to school. So if you could come out with something innovative and hot in the summer when nobody's coming out with anything at all, that's a niche.
Yeah.
And that's a good time because of E3, a whole bunch of momentum with the E3. So, bring out a new system after E3, just gives it more, it'll gain more popularity.
I suppose now would be a good time to mention that.
It would be a good time.
This whole launching in November thing, like consoles need to launch in November. That's recent. That's absolutely recent. Previous Nintendo consoles, like they launched in August, July, June. So the whole it needs to launch in November thing, that's recent. That only started with the GameCube. So every other console before then launched in one of those months that I mentioned before. So for people saying that, I know there are people who would say there's no way anything like this, regardless of the company, launches in the summer or the very early fall. And then I say that's false. And it kind of shows how old you are and what era of gaming you come from because you don't know. So,
Yeah.
That's
what about you, old dirty man? You been quiet, man.
Nah, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting on Nintendo to bring out information of the NX. I'm just sitting patiently. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy from what I'm playing now. From the Xbox One, the PS4, and then the last game I'm waiting on for the Wii U is Star Fox, and that's it. After Star Fox, that's it. So until Nintendo come out with some real information, I'm just sitting patient.
Right.
That's understandable. I know some of us don't agree. We have to agree to disagree. But we all can respect one another's opinions around here. But is there anybody else before we move on to the next subject?
I'm waiting on them drugs. No, I can't wait. I can't wait to needle up on this shit. So
it's just my opinion.
For God's sakes, man.
I guess my little opinion before we go to the next subject. Like I say, man. You don't want to put something that's already failing for years to stay on the market for another year or two. That's just really bad business.
Yeah.
And And plus you got your gamers have to have something to play. Ain't no point in having a $300 system. Still costs $300 with no games. That just I don't know what to say about that. But
Didn't they come out with less games on this console?
yeah, a lot less games. It's the worst Nintendo selling console of all time.
And see, that's the thing,
opinion,
too.
This is the
How
worst
you
Nintendo
come out
console
with
of
less
all time.
games?
This is my
See,
opinion. Like, I know a lot of people shit on the GameCube, but the GameCube had a shitload of games, shitload of third-party support.
Exactly. That's my point right there, man.
It ain't just about third-party support. Nintendo actually supported that console a lot more than the Wii U. So apparently, the reason why a lot of people say the Wii U's the best, well, some of them say it's the best console, because it's the first Nintendo HD console.
It should have been the best. Like, even when it comes down to the Virtual Console, it's completely inferior to the Wii.
Yeah. So if the Wii U would have came out during the PS3 and Xbox 360 day, then it would have compete. It would have compete. But with the PS4 and Xbox One, huh?
Yeah, if it came out to fight against the PS3 and 360, it would have been more fair fight.
Than two consoles. It's more powerful. It would have competed, but putting that against a juggernaut like PS4 that fucking overlapped them over 4 times. They outselling them 4-to-1 ratio, and we've been out a year ahead of those two. That's what really is bothering me. That's why I don't understand why a lot of these guys just don't understand why they don't get it. It's in front of their face. The sales is in front of their face. It's dying. It's dead. It's dead.
Right.
Hurry up and bring this shit out. The reason why they can afford to bring it out like now, the reason why they can afford the NX to come out like ASAP, because they have the money. They have the money. Sega tried to hurry up and give us the Dreamcast fast because of the Sega Saturn's misfortunes. It hurt them. It hurt them. Sega Genesis hurt them, even though that was their best. It was their most successful console, but with the add-ons fucked Sega up, and that's why they try to help them come out with their next generation console. Even though the Dreamcast was a hell of a system, it couldn't stay in the console market because PS2 was Sony and Microsoft. They was holding for it, and Nintendo at that time. So, like right now, desperate time comes desperate measures, and right now it's desperate for Nintendo to hurry up with this NX because I want some fucking games to play. I've been desperate for a Metro. I've been desperate for another Galaxy game. I'm desperate, dude. I'm on the fence about even buying an NX because I'm just so fucking pissed off. And this is what I'm saying. Like a lot of these Nintendo fans is like the Nintendo fans that's left. Like if Nintendo would come out another year to bring out this NX, who's gonna buy it? If there's no momentum, who's gonna buy it? That's basically what I'm saying.
What I think.
It's just my thoughts, my opinions, but let's move on, man. Let's move on to another subject.
Wait. Let me get in there. I was just trying to wait and be patient for everybody else.
Go ahead.
Yo, like, I do believe that they should come out with the Nintendo NX this year, but it doesn't look so promising because they haven't dropped the price sales on the Nintendo Wii U, which I don't understand why you would come out with the Nintendo GameCube at such an excellent price but not drop the price on the Wii U, knowing the sales aren't doing so good and knowing that you really need that support. So Nintendo definitely did a lot of bad practices with the Nintendo Wii U, and so if they do cut the Nintendo Wii U out by the end of this year, which is a strong possibility, that is something. Then they will only have the Nintendo 3DS because that still makes them a lot of money. With that being said, that will be their only leg. Okay, they need 2 legs. They need 2 legs to stand on. So even if they come out with the Nintendo NX this year, it has to have third-party support. You need to go back to your Nintendo GameCube practices where you were very welcoming to third party. I had so many games with the Nintendo GameCube. I gave the whole set away. I had like over 30 games in 1 year, and the games were nice. They were affordable. So that's why I don't understand why Nintendo is being such a dick with the Wii U. But obviously, they're paying the price for it. Also, Nintendo, we all know that they got to ease up on all that bullshit authority that they want for you sharing your experience. They really need to ease up on that. I would hate to see Nintendo fall because I started with Nintendo. And believe it or not, I actually want to go back to Nintendo. Like, would I stop being a Sony fan? A strong possibility. If Nintendo actually delivered the best gaming experience I ever had was with the GameCube. So to see Nintendo, stoop this far, go this low, it's really painful to see because I started with this company. I started with this company, and I would hate to see them fail. But in all honesty, if the Nintendo NX comes out and they don't want to do price drops, they don't want to ease up on their bullshit policies, which they are bullshit policies, then Nintendo is completely out of the console world. They will lose, like you guys mentioned, with Sony and Microsoft coming up with all kind of ways for innovation. Nintendo isn't doing any of that, or it hasn't even shown any promising signs of that. All they're showing us is, well, we're coming out with a new console. Get ready, and shit. They've been disappointing for this long. Who did that video that Real Gamer had shared with the timeline of the video games that came out?
I got that.
Tokyo.
That was a huge slap in the face to me. I was just like, holy shit, for real? This is what they're doing to you guys? So yes, the Nintendo NX, it needs to come out this year, but it would be more promising if it came out this year with the Nintendo Wii U price drop. You get what I'm saying here? It's more advertising.
More sales.
Yeah, it's more advertising, but they're not doing that. So for them to say, well, we're not going to do a price drop with this console because we're desperate, but we need you guys to trust us with the next console. How can we trust you when you have shown no promising signs that you're really caring about the gamers' wallets like you used to? You used to care about my wallets. I know you did. I had $100 to my name. Actually, I had $120. And I wasn't 50. I think it was 150. And I went to Walmart and said, I would like a Nintendo GameCube, please. This is half of my paycheck here. This one, you know how you get paid like 3 times in 1 month? I was so excited. With the Nintendo GameCube, I'm still looking at it like, are you serious? This is a major disappointment, man. How can you guys stoop so low? We used to have action, fighting, and God, I hope that Wii U controller isn't. I mean, the NX controller isn't real, because if it is, that is not welcoming to me, because I'm a hardcore gamer. I need to mash some fucking buttons. So I really hope that Nintendo delivers, because if they don't, you guys, that's it. They can't how many divisions will get fired if their only leg is the 3DS? How many divisions? How many people will lose their jobs? Okay? And I think I saw a report where the PlayStation Vita sold better than the Nintendo Wii U. So Nintendo.
That's actually a true thing. I mean, with God Eater Burst and all those JRPGs they had, it was a real easy way to kill them. And you're absolutely right. Like, I'll admit that Nintendo has never ever been good when it comes to marketing their console. They've been surviving off of word of mouth, because, you know, back in the 80s when the Gamer Crash had, who saved it and revived it? Nintendo. So word of mouth has always been their thing, but they've never been good with marketing. Think about the early 90s. Think about the Pokemon commercials, the Virtual Boy, and all that other stuff. They've never, ever been good at marketing. Word of mouth and what your friends had to say has been selling the console. They need to fix that, because that's the only way they're going to survive. Also, I'll dare to say, though a lot of people are not going to agree with me, the GameCube is actually the best console they ever made. I'll put it over Super Nintendo, because Skies of Arcadia Legends was one of the best RPGs ever created, and that definitely deserves a second game. Also, Naruto Clash and Ninja and stuff like that, if you've ever been to like any anime conventions and stuff like that, they paid huge money for winning that game. And it was actually pretty dynamic when you do like doubles instead of singular verses. And let's not forget what else came out on the GameCube, the biggest and most popular game ever, Smash Bros. Melee, which is still considered the best Smash Bros. Game ever created because of wave dashing, L canceling, and other advanced tech that traditional fighting games have that the rest of the Smash Bros. Franchise does not.
Don't forget the classic Spawn game that came out, man. That sold a shit ton of money.
The GameCube was a huge sleeper that a lot of people forget about.
Oh, I'll never forget about it.
All I'm saying is,
best I ever had in my life.
That the GameCube was the last time we got as wide a variety of Nintendo franchises.
Oh, and one more thing, and I'm done. Let's not forget that Tales, the franchise, has been out for years, but people didn't start making Tales relevant until Tales of Symphonia 1. After Tales of Symphonia 1 was so big that people looked at all the previous Tales games. No one knew what the previous Tales games was to Tales of Symphonia 1. That game put the whole franchise on the map.
In other words, it made it relevant. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I know that trying to please everyone in anything is damn near impossible, right?
Absolutely.
But how do you manage to not please anyone completely? Like, how do you do that? Like, you fail to hit even one select group. You fail to hit all of their marks, and they can say, yes, I am 100% satisfied with A, B, or C, X, Y, or Z. And I don't think I can point to anyone that can say I am 100% satisfied with the Wii U because of A, B, or C reason. You can say it. I'm not going to believe you, though. But you can say it. So, that's really what it is. Yeah.
Let's go to the next. So we've been on this thing for quite some time. I guess I could say this next. Okay, let's do a little Microsoft. It's gonna be short. If you hadn't heard, next month is if you are a gold member of the Xbox Live, you get to have 4 free games. If you're on the 360, you only get 2 games, but thanks to Xbox One backwards compatibility, 4 games. Saints Row 4, Dead Space. I'm really looking forward to that. The Wolf Among Us, great game. Sunset Overdrive, a very underrated game. These are some really good games that's coming out next month if you're a gold member, man. And this is why I'm a huge fan of Microsoft, even though they hadn't been in the positive news these past couple of months. But as a consumer, I am satisfied, and this is why I say the Xbox One is, in my opinion, guys, my fucking opinions. My opinions don't affect you. They only affect me. But like I say, Xbox One, my opinion, is the best console this generation. That's just my opinion. But what do you think, guys? What you think about these free games that we still getting from Microsoft?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's great. Like they had the beginning of this year was a lot of duds for the games with gold, but last month they gave us a AAA game, and this month they gave another AAA game, and now April is fucking crazy. You're getting Sunset Overdrive, an Xbox One exclusive title for free. That to me is the best game on the fucking console, and they're giving it out for free. Like, goddamn, leave it to Phil Spencer to actually give you some value for that $60 a year you're paying to play your games online. But it's about time they fucking listen, because they were giving a bunch of shit recently. And 4 AAA games. I don't know if you consider Wolf Among Us AAA, but
it's a great game.
Very good. I'm happy with it. I get to play Dead Space again. I got rid of my Sunset Overdrive because now I can go download it for free, so that's awesome. And Wolf Among Us I already have, but if you don't have any of those games, shit, you just struck gold.
Don't sleep on Saints Row, man. That's a really good franchise. It's
that's all I hear. I've never played it, so I'll give it a try. It's free anyways. But yeah, it's very impressive. They did a great job with games of gold lately. So I'm happy they're actually improving it because this generation compared to 360 was meh as far as the free games go.
Oh, okay.
What Sony does to combat this, because Sony gives a bunch of dog shit with their Plus games.
Every freaking month.
How much does PS Plus cost anyway a month?
It's $10 less than Xbox Live.
No, I'm talking about for the not the PS Now, the PS Plus.
Yeah, it's $10 less than Xbox Live.
To me, it was the same.
So that's the PS Plus and the PS Now cost $50 a piece.
Yeah, PS Plus is $50 a year.
Oh, damn.
Xbox Live is $60.
Oh, but you saying the PS Plus is $50 a month?
A year.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Are you serious?
No, you're confusing PS Plus.
What do you
now?
No,
PS Now is the streaming service.
You get the streaming games, right? The games.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about PS Plus, like Xbox Live.
Oh, I thought I don't know, man. I don't have a PS4. I don't know.
I can tell you.
I don't know, man.
PS Plus is their version of Xbox Live, except it's worse because it's Sony's.
I thought it was PS Now. I guess I had it backwards because I didn't have no PlayStation since the PS1. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't had no PlayStation. It's been a long time since I fucking picked up a DualShock controller, so I don't
How
know.
do you not have a PS2?
Well, you wouldn't have skipped a beat because the controller's still exactly the same.
Yeah,
Hey, in real gamers' defense, PS2 was wrong, but I mean, PS1 you had Mega Man Legends, you had Tron Bond, you had a bunch of different Batman games, you had Parappa the Rapper for crying out loud. Like,
I liked it.
was an animal.
Mm-hmm.
It was popular. I liked it.
But yeah, I guess I'll go next with this Xbox Games of Gold shit. This year has been pretty good so far. In January, they gave away season 1 of Killer Instinct, like all of the characters from the first season. So all you need to do is to get season 2 and 3. I suppose and give those away at some point. They gave away Crime and Punishment, so that Sherlock Holmes game, and Lords of the Fallen this month, and Borderlands 1 on 360 side. They gave away Deus Ex, Human Revolution last month as well, and they've been doing really good so far. 2016 is solid because next month is Sunset Overdrive. Getting an echo.
Who's that?
I think it's G Dauntless.
I'm not even talking.
Mute yourself right quick. Let's see who's that coming from. Well,
Testing.
Testing.
Yeah, it's gone.
Weird.
Yeah. But anyway, just to quickly wrap up, this is how you communicate. Yeah, that's great.
Soon you mute yourself, Jay. That's when the echo started back.
That me?
Yeah, that's it.
Mute yourself one more time. Let's see.
Test.
Anybody?
Check.
Yes, it is you, Jay.
Sorry, had to step out for a minute.
Yeah, but anyway, the fact that they've been doing this good this year just shows you that they're the ones behind, and they know that they need to prove themselves. And it just makes true what I've been saying all along, is that when you're ahead, you kind of, it's obvious. You don't need to try. I mean, look at the dog shit they're giving you in PS4 every month. And don't give me that talk about how the PS3 games are always good. I don't care about this. Why? I don't have a PS3. Never had a PS3. So I can't access those games because you can't get them through the PS4. They're not playable on the PS4 like they are, like the Xbox games, the Xbox 360 games are playable on the X1. So it just goes to show you that they need to try. They're really, really trying to get people on their side, at least in one aspect. And as far as it's concerned, all I gotta say is this is how you beat them. This is how you win something. You're not gonna win monthly sales. You're not gonna win yearly estimates. You're not gonna win this generation. You're not gonna win any of that. You're not gonna win public favor. You're not gonna win media favor because they're all against you right now. You know how you win? Do right by your hardcore gamer. And conversely, I'm going a little bit back to Nintendo. That's what they need to do. But this is what you do when you're behind. You just do right by your core fan base, and so long as they don't leave you, I don't think you have too much of a problem. So that's what they're trying to do. Trying to keep those who are always been there for Xbox happy, and just do right by them. And I have to agree that's the right way to go about it. And this is definitely a good way to communicate value for that $60 that you pay every month. Not random indie and random indie and random indie that you never hear about until they tell you you're getting it for free. Quote unquote free. Because you're paying for it anyway. It's not really free. But yeah. It's stupid over there. It really is. The last good game that I think I got on the PS4 for that monthly bullshit was last year, October, when they gave us Season 2 of The Walking Dead. That was the last time. Everything since then was complete crap. So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What about you, Dirty? What about you? What's your thoughts and opinions about these free games we're about to get next month?
I think it's awesome. Even though I still have Sunset Overdrive. I see that they gave us Borderlands compatible from the 360, which is cool. I mean, Microsoft has been trying, and that's one company I can say since the launch of the Xbox, they have did a turnaround, tried to do different stuff. It's like every time every time Microsoft tried to do stuff to try to show themselves, you know what I'm saying, it's like people would dog them. for no apparent reason. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, if you had an Xbox One launch day, until now it's a totally different console. It's a totally different system, and Microsoft is showing it. I mean, you have to give them clout for what they're doing.
Yeah, they're doing a lot to keep their fans happy.
Yeah, that's, you know what? Let me go give him a clap right now.
It's
some people call
like
it some
just
Xbox
looking from the
fanboy
outside
right
in, because I don't have a PS4, but like Sony doesn't really treat their PS4 owners all that well. It seems like
They don't.
because they don't need to.
because they don't need to. Microsoft, they have to. Like Phil Spencer, the only thing he can do right now is make sure everyone who bought an Xbox is happy with it. Where Sony can just kind of sit there and give you whatever because they're leading the generation by double the sales essentially.
Yep.
And you know what kills me? Like, it's just like a big popularity thing. I don't know if it's because the PS3 did so well, but the PS4 is really underwhelming. Like, I'm not going to lie about that. On top of that, I remember when they were having issues and stuff like that with the servers and stuff, they had the nerve to tell people that had year memberships that, hey, we'll give you a free day. And on top of that, they picked indie games that people never heard of. Now, keep in mind, I'm a PC gamer, so I'm pretty big on indie games where a lot of console gamers aren't. But the PC games they had, like the indie games they had for choice, made me cringe. I was like, wow, all three of these are crap. I don't even want to vote.
I'm like, what's the point of voting when every decision is crap?
Exactly. Like, it was so disrespectful.
He's like, so here you go, guys. We value your patronage so much. We're gonna give you the choice to vote between crap, and bullshit.
That's what I really because I feel that Sony is so arrogant. They just give us whatever they want because they're in first place, and since Microsoft is in second place, they try to do whatever it takes out of their power to keep us happy. And they've been keeping me happy this whole entire generation. Maybe the first year was kind of dry a little bit, a lot of remasters and stuff, but after that first year, we really got some great games. I thought last year was probably one of the best gaming years in a while. You know, we had really great games like Witcher 3, Halo. You know, the Batman, Arkham. You know, we had a lot of great games. Phantom Pain, Fallout 4. We had a lot of good games on our Xbox Ones and PS4s. It was a really, really good lineup. You know, Tomb Raider. That was a great game. So I felt satisfied. I was satisfied. Xbox consumer. You know, cut that fanboy shit out. I can see it now. People call us some Xbox right now. You know. It's how you value your dollar. If you feel that the company you support is basically, doing the right things, they are basically catering to you, then why, keep supporting them. Why do you want to go elsewhere if you feel that another company is basically, treating their consumers like shit? In which that's how I feel Sony is treating their consumers like shit. There's been a whole bunch of issues, not only with them giving one fucking day with their own line, but with people getting our shit hacked and they're not getting their money back and shit, because they got.
And that happens a lot too. I got hit by that crap.
It does. Like, I thought that was fucked up. It got me don't want to buy a PS4 because I felt that, like I say, Sony's arrogant. They don't give a fuck. That's just how I feel about it.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it real. PS4 is so bad that even GameStop didn't damage control for them, which is shocking. I got a little story time for you boys and girls. All right, so check this out. I traded in my PS4 at GameStop, right? So I go to trade it in, and the guy's like, why? And I was like, because they don't have any exclusives and all the third parties I have on PC. So he's like, okay, respect, I understand. The girl that was working there tried the damage control still, and he just tapped her on the shoulder and shaked his head saying no. So even GameStop is the damage control for PS4. That's a lot to say. Come on, we're talking about GameStop here.
Exactly, right?
Damage control. Like, do you know how bad that is when GameStop stops defending you?
So, I mean...
Hey, am I still echoing?
Yes.
No.
You're good now.
Okay, can you guys see this?
Yeah, we got it.
Xbox is actually, Microsoft, they're actually doing more than what you're mentioning. This just came out today. Now, they're going to give you guys, they're going to actually allow... Okay, other than getting free games, they're going to actually let the Xbox One get Xbox 360 games, plus you get 16 party chat, and there's more details down here to where You get the broadcast party chat while using the Twitch app. Output your chat party and headset and speaker simultaneously. Customizable game DVR recording link. That is something that I know you guys really want right there. That's what Sony PlayStation has right there. You get the achievements add to the Xbox One guide. I don't know what the hell that is. So you guys gonna have to fill me in on that. You get the video directly in. Oh, am I reading that right? Yeah.
Easy access to playback, achievements, basically. Yeah.
Sorry. So what?
Easy access to the achievements list, essentially. That's all it is.
And the last one is the video playback directly in the Xbox One achievement feed. Activity feed. This is something that I'm actually editing my video right now, but I covered this today. This is Phil Spencer still fixing the damage control from all those years ago. Phil Spencer is still fixing what they said that they were not going to do. And I hate to say this, but because Xbox sales are definitely they're lagging, and because they're lagging so significantly, this is why they're actually giving gamers what they finally deserve with their product. Other than telling someone like Nintendo, invest in my product, and we'll tell you what to do with it, and blah blah blah.
See, that's what I've been saying all this time.
Yeah, Phil Spencer said, you know what? You guys caused all this damage control, and slowly but surely, I had to sew together all the wounds that you dumbasses created. And this, I hate to say this, but you know what? The Microsoft fans are actually getting every bit of their money worth. Free backwards compatibility, the option to pay for certain games. Now you guys get your 16-party chats, you get your game DVR, all the shit you should have had at the beginning. But Microsoft only made this decision after gamers started voting with their wallet. Now, how do we know gamers are voting with their wallet? Oh, because PlayStation sales are on top. That's why. Even though PlayStation isn't doing all this shit that Microsoft is doing, they're not doing all this famous shit that Microsoft is doing. We're going through hell right now. We're still going through hell. But Microsoft has got this shit together, giving free backwards compatibility. Now you guys get your 16-party chat. This is what a good investment is. And unfortunately, it came because they did all that damage control. They spat in the face.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Guess what? Believe it or not, now I believe that Sony's doing that shit right now. I love them to death, but you know what? They're still spitting in our faces.
Win, man. When they win, when they sell, great amounts and shit, when they're on top and everybody's like riding their dick about it, it's not good for the gamer. When they lose and the entire world is against them, that's when it's awesome for the gamer because.
And the same thing's gonna happen to Nintendo. So believe it or not, the Nintendo NX may be the shit because gamers are voting with. Dude, look at the facts, man. Nintendo lost fans. Microsoft lost fans. Where did they all convert to? PC and Sony. That's why.
Here's the thing about Nintendo that a lot of people don't know. For the past 4 to 5 years, Nintendo has slowly been losing fans, and a lot of people don't know about that.
Oh, they know. They just don't want to realize the shit. But what I'm getting at is, if gamers actually voted with their wallet, they will actually realize who has the complete authority over these consumers. And I'm just being real here because I'm not trying to say, hey, we control you. But what I'm trying to say is, when you go home to your children, your wife, and you don't hear those growling stomachs, you could say, you know what? I did my motherfucking job. I did what I was supposed to do.
And that's why I like PC. Not to sound like an elitist, but when you're pissed and the fans show that they're pissed, PC fix things right away. Like Gaben, when he finds out PC fans are pissed, he'll try to fix things right away, like quick fast. Like it was in the 90s. So anybody that likes the nostalgia of how the 90s was when it came to gaming, that's what PC has to offer.
Hey, let me say this. Phil Spencer's going home and not hearing one growling fucking stomach. You know why? Because he's doing his job. The wife is in the covers all warm. The kids are tucked in all warm because they're doing their job. Now I'm going to go back to Nintendo. If Nintendo does not deliver, a lot of fucking growling stomachs are going to be echoing throughout the city of, Japan? Is that what it based in?
Well, hold on.
Hey, come on, man.
And Nintendo and Japan is not the same as Nintendo in America. Did you know
that's true.
Consoles don't sell in Japan. The #1 seller is the 3DS, and Number 2 is mobile gaming. So the market isn't the same. Even if the market's hurting here in America, they're not hurting there because the 3DS is an onslaught that can't be beaten in Japan. It
You're
is
absolutely
not
right.
the same market by any means.
You're absolutely right. But nonetheless, they all work together. They all work together, and they still got to deliver. Okay, I have to say this, dude. You know, Microsoft is probably, they deserve the best gaming platform award of the year. And it really should just go to not one person. Phil Spencer's not doing it by himself. But they deserve it. But it is a long and but it's well deserved because it's crazy because all the damage control that Microsoft did, gamers finally realized we have the authority. We actually have our principles in order. And this in Microsoft, if nobody's really catching on here, I haven't really seen a Microsoft fanboy put this out there, but I can speak on the shit. I'm not even a Microsoft fan, but it's so crystal clear that if gamers vote with their wallet, you win. You completely.
Absolutely.
I do it all the
Yep.
time, man.
It's true.
Dude, every time before I buy a video game, you know what I'm looking at? The DLC. What did you motherfuckers rip out? Oh, you ripped this out? Okay, well, I'm gonna wait for that price to drop significantly. And then I'm gonna go to your number one enemy, fucking GameStop. I'm gonna go to GameStop. Hey, GameStop, let me get that $5. No, let me get that $10 game right there. Oh, how much the DLC is? Okay, I'll buy that right there. Oh, what's that? They're not getting my money for the $60, the season pass, the early access. You're damn right they're not getting it. It's not fucking worth it. This shit dies out so quick, man. It dies out so quick. It's embarrassing.
Interesting talk for all y'all. I got a question for y'all. This is based off of something Jay said. Okay, now, I think we can all agree that no matter what Microsoft does, just the way that they carry themselves isn't enough to sell the Japanese market. However, what do you think they can do to attract the Chinese market? And I say this because the Chinese market has had a wall all these years, and they're now open. Also, keep in mind the Chinese, with as many people as they have, would be a better market than Japan. So what could Microsoft do to attract them into buying into
One simple
big brand
answer.
customers?
The cheapest box imaginable.
I got a better one. I fuck with forums all the time. Y'all know that. That's how I get most of my shit. That's how I get my equipment. That's how I get these graphics. They hooking me up. If you really want to kick it over there in China or Japan, Asia, I don't care. I said it twice. But what you really want to do, don't go over there with this Western plan to say, hey, we're going to do y'all like we do them. Buy it and love it and fuck everything else. You need to go over there and listen. You need to go over there and watch. Get some heavy observation. I also covered that Sony's going over there too with because they're stepping back into the mobile, right? They're building 2 new studios of Fireworks, some shit like that. They trying to get back into the mobile gaming, but they going over there with the same old fucking IPs that they gave us, but they're giving it to them like it's new. Man, listen, over there in Asia and Japan, they kick it with 2 things: RPG, hack and slash. They love that shit, man. I cover this shit all the time. A company over there in China, they making $100 million every month off of one game. Microsoft can do the same shit, but first of all, don't go over there with that American attitude. They don't like that shit, man.
You right.
Okay, I'm done.
All right, is everybody basically got their little input about this? Because we've got 2 more subjects left. I want to talk about Evolution Studios getting shut down, and the double standards that I feel that I see in this community about everybody shitting on Microsoft for closing down Lionhead Studios, and Sony. They basically doing the PR shit and saying that that they're hiring and shit, and all of a sudden a couple weeks later they just shut down Evolution Studios, and I don't really see the backlash with that. So
let's hit that topic. Let's hit that topic.
I want to talk about that. Then the last thing I do want to talk about is the PS 4.5. But let's go ahead and get started with this, because I want to do these last 2 now, be it for the night, because we about to reach our 2 hour now, probably like another 20 minutes. But hey, you know how it is. We always get off topics. I don't care. We always have fun and everything. But I feel this whole entire I see a lot of double standards. I see that people is getting paid off, just to talk highly on Sony or bash on Microsoft, and we already know that this whole entire generation, Microsoft kind of been on the negative light, as far as the media goes, a whole bunch of bias towards it. I'm not speaking as a fanboy. I see how I call it how I see it, because I see that Microsoft, they treat their consumers really, really well, a lot better than what Sony do with their consumers, and I see the media make it seem like Sony does it better, but it is what it is. But like, it doesn't make sense. Why the fuck do you want to hire people from Microsoft's side whenever they close down their studios, and you close down your studio a couple weeks later? Like, what the fuck? Now, Alex, I know you got something to say because you just hate ponies. You hate Sony. Let's go. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's talk about those ponies.
Well, like, it's ridiculous that they tried to pretend like they're these like really good company by pretending they're gonna hire the people from Lionhead, and then a week later they're shutting down their own studio. Like, where did that money go, Sony? I don't understand. Like, you have money to hire Microsoft guys, you don't have money to pay your own guys. What, they don't like getting paid in sugar cubes? Is that what's happening here? Like, I don't understand. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, everything they do is always a fucking publicity stunt.
Okay, that was funny.
Like, they're always about making themselves look good without actually doing anything. And, like, I swear that they only pulled that Lionhead shit because they knew they were going to have to close this studio, and they thought it would just even the playing field so they wouldn't look bad.
You absolutely right. Just wait till my turn. I am going to expound.
That's pretty much it. Like, scumbag Sony being scumbag Sony. It is what it is. They got it. They did it perfectly. Like, from a business stance, it made Microsoft look bad. It made Sony look good. You can't hate on them for that. But at the same time, they're a bunch of fucking scumbags. It's what they do.
Oh, okay. What about you, old dirty? You've been quiet, man.
I think Sony was just trying to make everything look good. I think they were trying to make the people over there at Lionhead, feel good. Like, oh man, Sony want to really take us on, but in the end, they wasn't. Sony just came out and said it, like, hey, we're hiring, come over here, and that was it. But in the back of their mind, they already knew that they was going to get rid of this other company, which to me, it just didn't make sense. It's like, how can you say, hey fellas, come over here, you got however so many people from Lionhead, like, hey, come over here, we're hiring, you guys are talented. Oh yeah, by the way, we're going to get rid of this studio. It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? And nobody said anything about it. Like, they bashed Microsoft for, oh man, they closing down, Lionhead, and ain't no more Fable, and ha this, he that. But then Sony turned around and they closed their studio, and nobody said nothing. Even when they started selling buildings like 3 years ago, nobody said nothing. It was like, oh, okay. Sony just needs some money.
Yeah, like Nintendo and Microsoft, all the money in the world, but they're the ones who are going to get out of the gaming industry while Sony's bleeding money, and it's okay.
Yeah, it's
like,
ridiculous.
Come on, call a spade a spade. These dudes are broke. They don't got money to hire new guys. That's why they're shutting their own guys down. Drive Club was a shit game, but like, goddamn. How are they going to hire people when they ain't got no money?
Tag me in, Coach. I'm about to destroy Sony right now. Okay,
go ahead. You go. Go ahead.
Okay, so check this out. I talked about this last week, and I talked about how Denmark and UK have a really rough economy right now, and how they're hurting to the point that they need funding from other corporations. So this made sense why Fable was shut down, as well as many other companies with Xbox. Well, the same thing is with Sony. So by Sony picking up Lion's Head, they made it look like they're good guys, but in all actuality, there is a expiration date on Lion's Head. They're going to fire them again real soon, believe it or not. Quote me on that. Anybody's listening, go ahead and record what I said. They're going to get rid of Lionsgate again real soon. On top of that, you see they got rid of a company they already had in Denmark, because again, Denmark and UK are hurting within their economies, which means that Sony and Xbox had to fund them themselves. So if they're hurting on money, they wouldn't be able to do so, which is why Sony made the same exact move that Xbox did, but by picking up Lionsgate, they covered their tracks to make it look like it didn't happen. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is actually the same tactic that Walmart is currently using right now. Because they do a lot of outsourcing to China and get a lot of their stuff for cheap that we get here. I mean, even now the paper towels, we get all of that from China for cheap. But they say, hey, made in America, because you be like, hey, it's made in America, I'm going to buy it. When the truth is, it's made in China, and they saved a lot of money, so they can sell it to you for cheap because they bought it for cheap. Sony is doing the same exact thing. They're outsourcing to other companies just like Xbox did, but if they have to get rid of one, they're not going to tell you because they'll pick up some of the ones Xbox did to make them look better. It's all a PR stunt that's well orchestrated that they've probably had planned for years because they have track of not only what they have to do, but what Xbox has to do as well, so they knew how to counterattack and set this up.
Okay, that was interesting what you just said. Anybody else want to chime in before we had? Oh, what about you, Zen? Did you give
I'll
your
take the
thoughts?
next one. Let me start off by saying Sony are freaking geniuses. Hear me out. These dudes are geniuses. They're marketing geniuses. They've been
You're
doing
right.
this
You're absolutely right.
all generation, and nobody seems willing to see it. They kind of made Microsoft look bad. Not kind of. They did make Microsoft look bad by having to get rid of Lion's Head, and then said, you know what? Let's hire these guys because we actually have space for them, and we respect the fact that they're veterans in the industry. Blah 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 blah. It was all a PR stunt because the following week, here we are with Evolution. This is not the first time, dude. It won't be the last either. Let's go back to the announcement of the PS4 and the Xbox One. Right? You remember that whole thing about the Xbox One having DRM, and they were it's going to be essentially one license to one console. It's going to be locked to a console, and everybody from the Xbox side, they were pissed, rightfully so, including myself. And Sony came out on stage and pretty much said, "Nah, we were never going to do that." Remember that video they did with Yoshida and that other fat
Yeah, the
bastard?
trading games thing.
Yeah, Adam Boyles, and they're like, "This is how you trade a game on the PS4," and you just hand them the game.
Yeah.
I'm like, you motherfuckers, that was never the case. Why else would you be 20 minutes late to your own E3 stage? Why else, like the Xbox One, you would have a day one update? What did you change? The same shit. They were going to do the same DRM shit. But they were smart about it. And they were like, oh, damn, I guess people don't like DRM. That means that if we don't do it, they fucked up. And from that one moment, this entire generation's outlook was set in stone.
Yep.
When Sony decided, we're going to play the hero and pretend we never wanted to do this. And just keep it under wraps. We're going to be the hero of the gamers. And that was it. They are
I still can't believe
geniuses.
people believe Sony had no intention of doing DRM.
You know
They
what?
are
I kind of think.
geniuses.
But see, when I ask people, I'm like, okay, how can you look at third party and say, hey, you know what? Microsoft, they're gonna do DRM, so you can't trade your games in. But on the Sony side, we're gonna cut them a deal where you could just trade it anywhere: Walmart, Best Buy, Walgreens, Target. Like that don't even make sense as
Exactly.
a third-party company. That you
Mhm.
just go with one company to do DRM, but the other you won't. Like who does that?
So Sony's been doing this for the entire generation, dude. And as we like to say here, give Jack his jacket, give him his props, dog. That is marketing genius. Up until recently, you heard Yoshida saying, we wanna diversify our portfolio. We want to give you more first-party games, more AAA games, blah 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 blah. We want to use our massive amount of studios to give you more games, and we're not going to be doing third-party deals. He follows that up by saying, Call of Duty is at home on PS4. I'm like, wait. I thought you said no third-party deals. Now you're signing deals with Activision? What's going on? Right? So all of this bullshit, dude, they are marketing geniuses. To this day, there are people I know that think Destiny is PS4 exclusive.
Yep.
To this day. So yeah, they are marketing geniuses. And the others, they need to catch a lesson or two from Sony. Because Sony's whooping their ass in the marketing area. So, and it's working. It's absolutely working.
Just marketing. That's it. I can't think of anything else.
You know what though? I just have this theory that if Sony did come out with DRM, I think Sony fans would have found a way to make that sound like it was great.
Of
Well,
course.
they always.
They always
I
do.
think they would have done. Oh, well, you see, they're doing this because they don't want to be pirated. Sony's doing this to make sure. Yeah, they would have fucking said shit like that. So don't act like. It's like don't act like they wouldn't have found a way to make it sound awesome if
Nick,
it was
Nick,
the shoes on their foot.
This is what I come in at. That's why I say, Coach, put me in the game so I could fucking cuss those motherfucking fanboys out. I fucking hate them. I see that shit every fucking day. They'll find anything to defend. Like, come on, man. It's just stupid ass shit, man. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Just go ahead and just confront your company, tell you fucking up, and stop finding ways to defend it. I see that shit all the time.
Oh, they would have defended the shit out of it.
Oh, they would. Anybody would defend. You got these assholes defending the fact that Nintendo ain't got no games, but they say they got games. I don't even know what the games are.
Furthermore, I give you one more. Going back to the PS4 launch, I give you one more. That bullshit PS4 camera, just like a bullshit Kinect, was supposed to be in the box. That system was supposed to be $500. They plucked that out of there because they saw how people reacted. Like, oh shit! All right, take it out. $400.
That's why going first it's not good.
Gamble. No.
It's the gamble when you go first.
To this day, no one can tell me why my PlayStation 4 controller lights up all the time. Nobody could tell me. And I say, you know why it's always lit up? Because I said, when I brought the PlayStation camera, guess what happens? It looks for my face and it looks for the controller. Once it recognizes my face and sees that the controller is on, it's automatically logged in. Case closed.
That's the reason you can't turn the light off, because they were meant to work together. As a result, they were meant to sell together.
Yep.
But they were taken out.
That's
it was
why the
taken out
PS4
because...
controller drained so quickly.
Yep.
So yeah, to wrap it up, Sony, when it comes to the PlayStation at least, are marketing geniuses. And they've been showing their expertise in this area all generations. Geniuses.
Okay, you got something on this? Did you go, Jay?
Yeah, I agree with I agree with you, Lottie, man. They are genius. You know what I'm saying? They know how to plant the seed, and they know how to let it grow. You know, and now they finna branch out and go back to homeland, and now they finna try to plant a different seed. And you know what? Yeah, dude, man, listen. They know how to market shit, man. They know how to get on for this generation. They know how to get under our skin and sell some motherfucking wolf tickets. Not to say that they don't deliver. They just ain't, they just ain't delivering enough. Right. In my opinion, I think that they gonna blow everything out the park, man. And as for them firing and hiring another crew, man, they know where the money at, man. They know where the money at. Now, Sony got some strict ass policies, man. They learned a good lesson with Nintendo. That little war they had. So with them, hiring Lionhead Studios, man, that's straight up beast mode, man. Fable, if they come out with this new Fable, man, it's gonna sell, and it's gonna be under the Sony license. Yeah, that's gonna make bank for them. Microsoft kind of fucked up on that level. Now they got Street Fighter, and ain't about to have it. Fable, oh my goodness, man, the money is real.
No, don't call that Street Fighter. That is not Street Fighter.
I'm just saying, man.
They can't get Fable. Microsoft owns the IP. The studio is gone, but they own the IP. Yeah.
Oh, they can't get Fable?
No, they just got the studio that made Fable.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't own the IP. That's Microsoft.
They could choose another studio to make another Fable.
Exactly.
It's kind of like
which is probably what they're gonna do. I think those Lionhead guys, they probably didn't know what they were doing anymore, because their game was in beta for like a year and a half, and it was still dog shit. So maybe they're trying to do what they did with Killer Instinct and find just a different team to do it.
Not kind of like exactly like Microsoft lost Bungie, but they kept Halo.
Exactly, same thing.
Oh, hey, one more thing. With this new PlayStation coming out, PlayStation 4K, Beaky made a good point, man.
That's the next subject.
Okay, my bad.
Anybody else before we head to our last subject?
Oh, now let's press.
4.5 thing now.
All right, that's our last subject for today. Is this PS 4.5, in which has been confirmed? Am I right? Right? Yep. Okay, a few weeks ago when Phil Spencer brought up the fact that the Xbox One could possibly have, upgradable, maybe some kind of external hard drive, whatever this shit is. I don't know what it is, but it's possible. It's possible. And with the announcement with the PS4.5, I think Microsoft is going to do it because they have to keep up with the competition. And honestly, Sony, I think Sony, if I'm not mistaken, I think they mentioned that a long time ago. I just forgot when. But I think they did. I'm not sure when. But since Microsoft went and brought it up, they gonna follow right behind Microsoft. And right now, I don't see the backlash on Sony once again. The media bias towards Microsoft. It's to the extreme, man. Because I'm still waiting on some of these individual these channels to come out and bash Sony for basically alienating 40 million consumers. I'm still waiting on it. I'm still waiting on it.
You're going to be waiting until you're an old man because it's never happening.
But when Microsoft brought it up, they talking about you alienating 20 million consumers. That's a bad move. I keep seeing the picture of, I keep sending the fucking 32X. Okay, where's the picture of 32X right next to the PS4? I'm still waiting. So I see a whole bunch of double standards here, and this is why I want to talk about this, because this is stupid, man. Do I think it's a good idea? Yes and no. It could be a good idea with Sony because they are so ahead in the lead that they could do what the fuck they want to do. And since the PS4 is it's the best thing since sliced bread, according to some people, it ain't me. They can just do anything and it'll sell. Even though if it's not a good idea, it's gonna sell. It's been periods that they ain't really had games that I wanted to play. There's been a couple times that they had like some dry spells, in my opinion, but it's still outsold the competition by a wide margin. And since this news has been confirmed, so I'm waiting on Microsoft to confirm this upgradable Xbox One. And like I say, double standards that I see here with the media bias. Let's start with Alex. What do you think about this?
It's to me, it's insane. Because when we heard the rumors about, well, not even rumors, when Phil Spencer hinted at us being able to upgrade our Xbox Ones, people freaked out. People were like super upset. They were screaming at the top of their lungs, I just bought an Xbox One, now it's already outdated. Even though you would keep the same Xbox One, but you can buy a separate box to make it more powerful, that's a problem. But Sony comes out and they tell you have to buy a whole new fucking console because the one we sold you isn't powerful enough. You don't get to just buy a piece to make it stronger. You have to buy a new one midway through the generation, and no one fucking cares. Like, where is the logic in that?
There is
It's lunacy that with the Xbox you can keep your same existing console and you essentially will buy an attachment to make it stronger if you want to. Or on Sony's side, hey, you want the new PlayStation? Well, you got to get rid of your old one. Sorry. Like, what they're doing is worse because they are making you buy entire new hardware for a slight upgrade. Like, why don't they just do what Microsoft's doing? That's the obvious choice. Upgrade your existing console as opposed to making people buy a brand new one after like what, fucking 3 years? Like, get out of here. It's so fucking crazy to me that no one's upset about this. As someone who has a PS4, like some of you guys in here, like I'm very curious what you guys think about this, because as someone who doesn't even have a PS4, to me it's just like it's the fucking craziest thing in the world that they would expect you to buy a brand new console this early.
Well, I'll tell you, man.
I have a question, and I do have a PlayStation 4, and I'm hearing that they want to do 4K, which I can care less. But other things that I'm hearing is the PlayStation 4.5 is going to make whatever games I have now for my PlayStation 4 look better on the 4.5.
It would upscale it, yes. Supposedly. Yeah.
Okay, see now, you know what? We just going to stay in order. I'll wait till my time.
Okay, you still going, Alex?
No, I'm good, yeah.
All right, what about you, Nick?
So, this basically truly is the remastered generation when we're getting to the point they're actually remastering the damn console itself. So, prepare for, let's not call them remasters anymore when the new ones come out. Okay, so we'll get Last of Us Supermaster.
Oh my god.
Then we'll get God of War 3 Supermaster. Then we'll get Heavy Rain Supermaster, and it's just gonna get it's gonna be remasters of remasters of remasters of remasters.
Don't forget prototype.
On the remastered console. That's what we're looking at here. So we've kind of full circle the fact that they need to remaster the damn console. Instead, I don't know. That's the way I look at it. It's just a completely 100% remastered generation to the point they're remastering the damn fucking hardware themselves.
Yep.
It's crazy.
And people are gonna eat this shit up and be like, "But Sony cares about their gamers. They want to give us better." Shut the fuck up and
Sony's for the gamer.
fuck a tree or something. I don't know.
I know you had something interesting to say, Nick. You still going? All right. What about you,
PS4 too, you fucking assholes. Hey, for those of you who think this is a good idea, buy me a PS4.5, because I ain't fucking doing it. If you want it to sell, buy me one.
All right. What about you, Nick? What you feel about the situation? I mean, not Nick, Jay.
I was actually consider checking it out because only because Vicky from the Untitled Game Show, you guys haven't seen him, you should check out his channel. He made an excellent point. So we know that the system is going to have a ton of new features and options and specs, and he said, what if this super beast of a console was able to play backwards compatibility with some of your old PS3, PS2, and PS1 games? And I said, well, shit, that would be awesome. Then that's the fucking ultimate experience that you should have got fucking this generation, but that would be nice. It's also going to be compatible with the VR too. Now, with that being said, the price, man, because 4K is very fucking expensive, dude. Like Ron and Bicky, they messing with that type of software. I ain't even trying to. I'm still at 1080, and I'm just fine with that. But if this console, you know, and also Bicky made a point that maybe you should call it, if it's going to be that powerful and have all these specs, maybe it should be called the PlayStation 5. You're just going to come out with a new console every 3 years, which is kind of offensive. But I am strongly considering actually purchasing it if it turns out to be worth this every bit of it. Now, if it turns out to be just 4K quality, fuck 4K right now. Okay, I don't even give a fuck. It takes too long to load up anyway to YouTube, so I really don't care about 4K like that. But if it has kick-ass features like backwards compatibility, I'm up for that. If it has features to where you get more chat, just a lot of more options than what the PlayStation 4 is offering, then hell yeah. I mean, it already is going to be configured with the VR, so shit, you can't really beat that, you know? It's all about the price, too. But that's still not enough to make me want to be a sucker and say, okay, 4K and VR. That's too expensive. That's too fucking expensive. Like I said, 4K is high, VR is high. And who knows if they're even going to have a bundle, which is definitely going to be over $1,000. Because, like I said, 4K is, I can't even tell you how much Vicky, you know, he spent like at least over close to $2,000 with all the specs that he got just to add up to 4K. That's too expensive. So who knows? If it turns out to be a total badass, though, I will not deny that I will be buying it. Because, especially if it respects retro gaming. I definitely got to get up on that. And that's all I have to say for that.
All right. What about you, Zen Gamer?
Yeah, pretty much what everyone else said. It really boils back down to the whole media bias thing with Sony, why you're not seeing anybody being upset about this the way they were about Phil, merely mentioning what he wanted to do with the Xbox One. Hell, if you look at YouTube here, there's a very popular news reporter whose intro kind of sounds like this: "Skip it a button, flip flop," who made a big issue.
I know what that is.
He made a big stink about Xbox.
And he has yet to say anything bad about the 4K, so I'm just saying.
Still waiting.
Still waiting. And as Alex said, it'll be old men before he does it. Yep. But anyway, the fact of the matter remains is that at some point, originally, this industry was Nintendo's jungle. They could do anything and get away with it. It was Nintendo's jungle, right? At some point, the deed of ownership passed to Sony. This industry belongs to Sony now. It's Sony's jungle. It's the reason why they can say or do anything and get away with it nearly scot-free. So when exactly that happened, I don't know, but that's the reality we live in. So yeah, you're not going to see many people upset about it. they're going to accept it as one of your members in the chat says they're Real Gamer. In addition, if you want the full 4K experience, you're going to need to buy that stupid VR headset. I'm not saying PlayStation VR is stupid. I think all VR is stupid, just to clarify. Because I hate gimmicks in general. But anyway, so that's $399 for that, possibly $399 for PS4K. And you're going to need to put out for a 4K TV. Because if you don't got one, you're not going to be getting the full benefits of a 4K device in the first place. You need to display
you
this.
get a 4K TV?
Yeah, if you
Oh,
got
hell no, I'm dead. Fuck that shit.
Let me represent the chat right here. But then, isn't a 4K TV approximately about $2,000 on the market? With
Are
the
you serious, dude?
exclusive price only no lower than $1,500?
So will the frame look god awful if it's in 4K, but the TV's at 720 or 1080?
Well, it would just
I'm gonna give you the realest answer. If you want 4K early and cheap, you have to get a PC. That's the cheapest way to go for 4K right now. But if you're balling, then you can go ahead and have your console and buy the 2000 4K TV. Now that's too rich for my blood personally, but I mean, if you could do it.
Yep.
Man, I can't fade that. That's too expensive, bro.
You need to buy a 4K display if you need to see 4K. I mean, it is
I
that
didn't
simple.
know that, man. That's stupid, dude.
PCs naturally come with that monitor.
Yeah, you're not going to get 4K on a 1080p TV, right? And if that's what you're trying to do, then
Then you're
educate
wasting
yourself.
your time.
You're not going to get that. So you need to go out of pocket for the TV, go out of pocket for the VR, go out of pocket for the new PS4, go out of pocket for the not included Sony dildos.
Okay, well they lost me. I was gonna get it, but you know what? That's a PlayStation 4K that's probably gonna run close to about $800, maybe even more. Plus you got the VR. You know, man, that's damn near $5,000, dude.
Glad to hear.
Right?
Hell no, for one experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that shit ain't worth it.
How bad do you want it? You got to come out some money.
So as a PS4
Shit, I want it
owner,
that bad.
all I gotta say is fuck that noise. I'll stick with my original hardware. Thank you very much.
Exactly, me too.
That'll be the end of it.
I appreciate you putting me down on that, man. I didn't know you need a damn 4K TV.
Yeah, you do.
Of course you do. How else can you watch it in 4K?
Because you go to play games at 1080p, whatever your TV gives you, that's what you're gonna get.
Yeah, it would display at 1080.
Yeah,
Yep, it's gonna be capped at that. Yeah,
You got a
yeah.
4K TV.
It's like you got these dudes out here talking about, man, I got my game running in 240 frames per second. Can your monitor display that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If it can't, then you're wasting your time.
Exactly.
Well, thank you very much, you guys. You saved me a ton of money.
Yep.
Yeah.
I sure was saving up for it. I was gonna save up $1,000. I was like, you know, but I didn't expect to spend them. I spent, at least about $800. But fuck, that's my whole motherfucking check.
Bruh. $800 will buy you a PC with over 200 FPS in every game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just to backtrack on what Alex said a while ago, like with Microsoft, they doing a little add-on in which that's kind of similar to what Sega did. But Sega add-on was like $150, and I'm thinking that maybe if Microsoft actually do go through with this, I say maybe a couple $100, whatever. But yes, you gotta pay for another system. That's gonna cost you maybe $300, $400, maybe $500. That's just that's a rip-off, man. I'm not buying that. I'm sorry. That's bullshit. That's even worse than the 32X situation, man.
You right,
man.
You right.
If people don't see that, if they don't see it, then they must be a blinded fanboy. Like, that's a ripoff. That's talking about alienating your brand, your consumers badly, making them buy a complete new system. Why not just do what Microsoft is thinking about doing? Just do a little add-on so they don't have to buy another console. But they got to buy another console. I want to see these damn videos. I want to see these videos. If I don't see these videos of people criticizing Sony, then I'm going to fucking go off. I want to go off.
Hey, I'm glad you brought it up. I'll make sure it's my next video, actually.
Hold on, man. It's too early to roast them. It's too early to roast them, man.
Never too early to roast them.
We don't even have a price on this thing yet.
We have enough
You don't have a price on what, the PS4.5?
I call it the PS5.
PS4K, whatever. Obviously, it's going to be more than the existing one.
Bruh, we already have we already have a reasonable assumption of what it is. Anywhere from 550 to 600 is what it's gonna be. I promise you
At
that.
minimum, because the standard PS4 right now can be found for $299 if you're lucky, but the standard price is $350. So the minimum price for PS4K will be $400.
It's really $400, you guys. I mean, you're gonna want to play online. The fucking shit's really $400.
Bruh, it's gonna
It's
be
just
more than
sugarcoated like that.
it's gonna be more than $400. There's no way you can provide a consumer with 4K and it be more. Keep in mind, PC has 4K for years, and you have to spend at least $1,000 to get 4K on PC. So there's no way you're getting it less than 550 to 600 on a console. I promise you that.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
So
I'm not exaggerating. It's the truth.
I guess that about wraps it up. Unless somebody else has something to say on this.
I'm good. I gotta jump out of here soon anyways.
Yeah, I got some to say on this, and I've been thinking about this ever since Sony announced this. One, it haven't even been 3 years the PS4 been out. So why is they making this console? Is this something that they know, Nintendo is doing that we don't know about?
Honestly, I don't think this has anything to do with Nintendo.
wait.
It's because they're hurting on money.
Yeah, I think it's more of a money thing.
Like, look here. I'm a stock investor, and I buy stocks and stuff, and Sony stock as a whole is not very good. It's somewhere around the, like, $20 to close to $30.
Yeah, I think it's more that they know PlayStation is the only thing that makes them money, so they're gonna try and milk it as much as they can.
No, but wait,
while
Alex,
they can.
wait. It might have something to do with it when you think about it, because who was it that brought it up earlier? Was it Nick? Was it you about the PS4 and the Xbox One being rushed to market? That was you, right?
That was me.
Right. Okay, good. Right. So yeah, they were rushed to market, but they were rushed to market because of the Wii U. That came out in 2012. What do you want to do? You want to give as Nintendo's competitors? You want to give Nintendo 2 full years of free market space? No, you rush your shit out because you want to take a bite out of that pie. You don't want to give them all that time.
They didn't take a bite. They took
I think it turns out they're worried about nothing.
You just gotta look at it this way. As much as fans make fun of Nintendo for being kiddie and stuff, the corporations are smart enough to fear how innovative they are. They're never
I'm
gonna
not saying don't fear Nintendo, because obviously they can make something like the Wii and just hit it out the park. But I'm saying, like, I don't think Sony's primary concern right now is Nintendo.
I'm not even talking about the innovation thing. Forget that. Strike that word from your dictionary.
That's never leaving their dictionary, so I don't see why I should take it out of mine.
I agree with Alex right there. I can't.
If it's not Nintendo that you worry about, because the obvious stay in the lead. What it's like 50, 60 million PS4 sold today, less than 3 years. So to me,
just under 40.
Dude, they're competing with PCs. Like, look how their fucking console can't do 1080p 60 frames even on their first party titles, while PC's up doing 4K already. They're already behind.
Okay.
That was the next thing I was about to say.
You gotta look at it like this. The companies for consoles realize that even though the Wii U is not hitting with the specs they understand the economy right now is rough. There's a lot of people in America that do not have jobs, which means they don't have much money. And which console is the cheapest? The Wii U. So if you want to play games and you're hurting on money, no matter what you think of the other consoles, which one will you pick? The Wii U. So if you can bring innovativeness and make it cheaper, they're going to try to go towards that. So they know they have to make some incentive to make people buy their consoles over the Wii U. On top of that, you got to remember that no matter what the other consoles bring in power, they're still losing the PC. And a lot of people don't understand, but $400 is enough to have 1080p weak on PC. $500 will give you 1080p strong on PC. So if you can get 1080p strong on PC for $500, what's the reason for the console? So all of these factors between the Wii U being cheap but a fun console and the PCs being way stronger and about the same price as their console, they have no choice but to kind of think of some tentative plan to counter that, which is why the 4.5 and whatever the Xbox is going to name their extension that's not the new console is a threat to them. They have too many angles that are slowly closing them in.
So that's what I was saying, man, is one of the two things, right? This 4.5 could be either, reactionary to what Nintendo is doing with NX. They see and they know what it is and they're scared of it, so they're preparing for the future. Or it's proactive in that they're trying to compete with, PCs. They're trying to give the console gamer what they need for PCs because they're afraid that eventually more console gamers are just going to go to PC. And they're trying to compete there. So it's either because of Nintendo or it's because of PCs. Because it's happened before. The PS4, the Xbox One came out in 2013 and not when they were supposed to come out in 2014 because Nintendo rushed the market and released the Wii U in 2012. They were afraid that the Wii U was going to be another Wii. They're like, nah, we're going to give them niggas all that amount of time. We're going to cut that shit short. And just in case this shit blows up, we're going to cut that shit short and drop our consoles a year early. They're not going to be ready. We know that. But we got to cut them off. And that was the reason why. So PS4K and Xbox One upgrade or whatever, it's either proactive or reactionary to what Nintendo is doing, or they just want to compete more competitively with PC market. That's really all it is.
So Zen, basically, when the 4 and the 1 was coming out, I remember this. Everybody praised the two of them by saying, oh, Sony and Microsoft, they went to third party. Third party told them what they want for the games that they want to make for this generation. Nintendo didn't. Nintendo, they just make console hardware for what they want to make for their game. Okay, so why the fuck did I have to go out and buy a 4.5 if developers told them what they want in their console to do the games that they want to do this generation?
Hey, O'Doherty, I got a question. I got an answer for you, bruh. I know the exact reason why. Okay, and here's why. If you're a company and you don't have exclusives, what's the best way to counteract exclusives? You want to know the answer? It's high-powered graphics. So if you can't counteract the exclusives with enough more exclusives, then the best way to beat them is with higher graphics. Like if Nintendo have exclusives and Sony and Xbox don't, how do you counteract that? You tell your fans, hey, they may have exclusives, but we got 4K while they're running 720. End of discussion.
You know what though? I just thought of, and we keep forgetting about this. That first there was the Xbox 360, then there was the Xbox 360 Elite. Xbox 360 didn't start out as an HD console. They eventually came out with a new model with HD capabilities.
Well, it was, but you couldn't connect it to an HDTV because the HDMI port wasn't standard.
It was component only.
It was component, yeah. So
It
was capable of HD, but you just couldn't get it because you couldn't connect it.
But they basically did the same thing. They came out with a new model.
Yeah. We about to close this podcast. We well over the limit.
Okay.
Yeah. Who's that? Oh, anyway, yeah, we about to close this bad boy. We talked about the PS 4.5, Nintendo's situation. Talk about these fuck boys in this community and this bullshit that's going on. All the shots fired towards Reboot Gaming, towards Reboot communities. Talk about that shit. So. Whoever's listening right now, if you want to hear some drama, I guess if that's what you want to call it, whenever this video is finished upload, whenever it's finished processing, you might want to scroll back and rewatch what we said at the beginning of this video. It was really, really interesting. I'm pretty sure you'll like it. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close this, and we had a hell of a podcast. I think we had like about 26, 27 people up watching at one point. That's not bad. I would like to get past 30 people. I want to get past 30 at least. But it gets better every week. It gets better. Hopefully, it gets better next week. And like I said, we all speak that real gaming, that real truth, that anti-fanboy shit. And we just here to congregate and just talk about how much we love video games and talk about. About the shit that's going on in this gaming industry. And I guess let's go ahead and close out. because I know, Alex, I know you say you got somewhere to go, and of course it's getting a little late. But let's go on and do the outro. Let's go start you, Alex.
What is going on, people? Active Sitting here. Thank you all in the chat who showed up tonight. We always appreciate you guys in the chat. It's always fun. Real Gamer, thanks again for letting me on your podcast. Yeah, we had a lot of stuff. The fuckboy stuff, I don't honestly don't care because they weren't talking about me, and I don't know why they're still talking about Reboot at this point. Like, we don't say anything about these dudes anymore. Like, I just don't get it. But again, with that Terrell guy, I don't give a fuck. I don't know this dude personally. He never talks about me. As far as I'm concerned, he can fuck off. I don't know why he's trying to mess with you guys. I don't get it. I'll never understand it because that was like from a year ago. So whatever, that dude can. He's a weirdo as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, Sony, you're a bunch of scumbags as usual. You're a fucking pariah on the industry. Everything you do is anti-consumer. You're a disgusting, horrific company, and you're the worst thing to ever happen to gaming. And it sickens me that you're only alive in gaming because you're
Damn. Damn.
No, did Sony kill your dog? What did they do to you?
That was a good one. All right, can you top that, Gamer Nick?
I cannot. All I'm gonna say is thanks for having me here on this podcast of Big Gamers Real Talk. That should totally be the name, but whatever. I'll see you guys next time.
That would be a hilarious name.
All right, Jay, it's your turn, man.
Appreciate you once again, man, inviting me to your show. Appreciate the respect, man. Thank you for having me, and it was a pleasure being here.
All right, cool. Appreciate you for joining me. Let's go with you, Mrs. Ingamer.
All right, people, it was fun, really fun. Alex, chill, dog. Jesus.
Calm down, Salt King.
He hates
Hey,
pony.
hey, nobody is more dog. That was salty. You took the cake. Okay.
That's not salt. That's hatred. Mine's real. Though. That's the difference.
Yours real. Okay.
Yours is just pain with Nintendo. It's just salt for now.
Yeah.
You'll be back.
All right. But I had fun regardless of whatever happened. Really good, informative podcast. Enjoy coming to this thing every week. And I'm harboring a really badass case of indigestion or heartache or acid burn or something the fuck is going on.
Indigestion.
Yes, I need me some Pepto-Bismol. So, next time, guys.
All right. I didn't mean to cut you off. Like, my bad. But let's go with you, Old Dirty.
What's up, people? It's your boy Dirty. I want to thank Real Gamer for letting me join the podcast again, and now I'm about to go and spin some analog music.
Oh, okay. Appreciate you for joining me, bro. Last but not least, let's go and go with you, Retro Bro.
What's up, YouTube? Retro Bro here. Thanks for having me tonight.
Okay.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it, man.
Oh, you want to say something crazy?
I told you I'm trying to get the poker tonight, man. I just got my Wii U.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Hey, don't forget my live stream, dog.
All right, let's go.
Give it a little bit.
All right, for all the people that was in the chat, I really appreciate y'all for joining me. I hope I don't forget anybody. So who joined? Ruby Sakura, appreciate you for joining me. GU King of Heart, appreciate you for joining me. King Gamer Arthur, I really appreciate you for joining me. Renee Croft, you've been one of our really good supporters these past few weeks. I really appreciate you for joining us to Reboot Team. Slim the Gamer, appreciate you. EJ Johnston, appreciate you for joining us. And Matthew Pipes, the one named Shadow, appreciate y'all. The Pirate Way. Who else? Hopefully I didn't forget nobody. Let me see. I really can't see nobody else. I guess that's all I see. But like I said, everybody that joined us, I really appreciate y'all support. It's gonna be an ongoing every Thursday deal. We're gonna have so much fun. And I can't wait for E3. We're gonna have we're gonna probably have a drunk podcast. I'm just being honest. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna make sure this is gonna be the podcast to go the must-see podcast. I want this podcast to be the best in its communities. So after that, I guess our video. I'm I'm gonna leave everybody's channel in the link in the description below. Subscribe to all these individuals. They have great channels, really, really great channels. Subscribe to all of them. And after that, our video is done. Peace out.
All right.